All right, what's up, everyone? It is I. I'm your SGW guy. We got the Marshal right next to me tonight. Gina is having some technical difficulties. We're trying to get her in. Fred is on assignment, so he will not be here tonight. But tonight, we are here. Thank you for joining. And Mike, how was your week? How was your week so far?
Mentally exhausting.
See, Mike works for security.
That's about the best way to describe it. Mentally exhausting.
Now, today something came on my phone. I don't know how it got there, but it seemed like it said this day in history. So I kind of thought, oh, wait a minute. Got to go live on Instagram. All right. We are live now on Instagram. So hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. If you're joining.
Hello, Rumble.
Hello, Rumble. I got to put the chat on. I need the chat. All right. There we go. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see what went on in history on February 1st. So I did a little research. Excuse me. And I got to get my screen up. All right, guys, we got 4 watching so far. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We are the most anticipated talk show on Saturday nights, baby. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Did you say constipated?
No, anticipated. Okay. February 1st, back on 1587, Queen Elizabeth of England signs the death warrant for her cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots. In 1843, the oldest continuous writer of insurance in America opens, being the Mutual Life Insurance Company of New York, aka MONY. In 1908,
their acronym
King
is
Carlos.
Seriously Money?
Yeah, MONY without the E. Yep.
Sorry.
No, in 1884, the first volume of the Oxford English Dictionary, A. Ant, is published. In 1908, King Carlos of Portugal and his heir, Prince Louis Philip, are assassinated by Republican sympathizers in Terreiro de Paco, Lisbon. No clue. 1968, Saigon Police Chief Nigin Ngoc Loan executes Viet Cong officer Nigin Van Lam with a pistol shot to the head. The execution.
That's a very, very famous piece of film.
The execution is captured by photographer Eddie Adams and becomes an anti-war icon. In 1979, Ayatollah Khomeini returns to Iran after 15 years in exile. 2003.
We all remember. Well, some of us remember how that went.
Yeah, they're old enough to remember that hit. We were like 7 years old.
Yeah.
2003, on this day, the Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrates during re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere, killing all 7 astronauts aboard. 2021, military coup in Myanmar. Civilian leaders. Huh?
Myanmar.
Yes. Civilian leaders are detained, including Aung San Suu Kyi, and a 1-year state of emergency is declared, still in effect. That's everything that happened today. Oh, today in sports. 1960, Australian champion men's tennis in a classic all-Australian final. Rod Laver beats Neil Fraser 5-7, 3-6, 6-3, 8-6, 8-6. Lavar's first Grand Slam title. And on 2023, at age 45, Tom Brady, regarded as the greatest NFL quarterback of all time, announces his retirement after a 23-year career and a record 7 Super Bowl titles with the New England Patriots and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's what happened today on this day throughout history.
This is what Gina's.
Have her create a thing with
It changed.
Yeah, change to that. I can't go in there with that.
Try, guys. Gina's having technical issues. Try and create an account with your email and password.
So try to make an account with your email and password.
I have to have a Microsoft email.
No, you don't. Do you? I don't think. Do you? Why would you need a Microsoft email?
Yeah, why would you need a Microsoft email?
That's what it tells me. Or Gmail or something like that.
No, doesn't it below it say you could make an account with a name and password? Like look on the bottom.
Well, yeah. Can you continue with Google? Do you have a Google account? I don't mean a Google email.
No, it won't let me continue with Google either.
Do you have a Google account?
It wants me to make an account.
Why don't you just try making a new account?
It wants me to make an account with Restream and pay.
Oh, it wants her to make an account with Restream and pay for it.
Oh hell, damn.
Yeah, why don't you just try with your phone?
All right, where's my charger and everything else that I'm going to need? I can't watch. I'm not going to be able to read anything. Where am I going to set it up?
All right, guys. Yeah, we are having some technical difficulties, guys, but thank you for hanging out with us. Well, we get Gina again. We get Gina in here. If you want to donate to the food review cause, please click that link. It'll take you to the website.
Right.
Click that icon over there.
I have Yahoo on the computer on my laptop because my laptop sucks.
Oh.
That was my second question.
I'm sorry?
Oh, that was my second question. She said about having Yahoo on her laptop, but you just said it sucked. Well, Fred tonight's in Philadelphia. I think he's going to a game, I think. Now, I don't know if Mrs. Crewman went with them, or if Steph's going to be hanging watching us tonight or not. I don't know. But if she's here, if she's watching, hello, Steph. And all you 9 that are watching. Yep. Usually we have this issue before the show, not,
How's your laptop battery? Can you bring it down here and let me try it? Will it last long enough?
Maybe. More up and down the steps, all right.
I'm sorry, Sue, because I can hear Mike perfect. I hear Mike really good. Mike, could you hear me good?
Frustrated.
Yeah.
Susan's saying that she can't hear us too good. Sorry, Susan. I don't know what to tell you.
Turn up the volume. Gina's going to bring her laptop down here. See if I can try to sign in for her. But her laptop battery isn't the best.
Got you. Yeah, I don't know why this happens. I don't know why it's not letting her sign in.
I don't either. Usually I'm the one who has problems. And
yeah, I know. And she gets in easy. Hi, Steph. No, Steph, where did Fred go today? Where is he at? How you doing, Daniel? Thanks for hanging with us. Mark saying hard. So some people are having a hard time. Some people aren't. I don't know. Mark, you're hearing
it? My screen just blanked out. That was weird. Normally, if I'm doing video, like the screen will stay up.
So, Danny, you're hearing us. You're hearing us good, right? Just to reiterate, Steph, how could you hear us? Okay. Basketball game. Okay. Well, tell him I expect a report next week. I want to play-by-play. No, more kidding. So guys, how have you all you guys in the chat? How have you been? How was your week? So mine has been
I'm about ready to fucking smash this.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. So some of you can hear me good, some of you can't. I apologize. How you doing, Jance? You forgot to text me today, Jance. I was looking for your text. I don't know. That's going to be a good Super Bowl call. I don't know. We could talk Super Bowl.
That's a really long password. Yeah, Jay, hang on. Let me mute this.
Okay. That's a good question. Who's picking who in the Super Bowl? How you doing, Emily from Emily Lilly from Instagram? Thank you for hanging with us tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying to get Gina on. Mike's helping him. Mike's helping her really quick. Mark, I'm going to log in. I'm going to. I just pulled up my YouTube, and mine's fine. Like, so I'm not sure if it's your connection. I don't know, because I'm looking at mine and it's perfect. I mean, it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Looking at Mike's really quick. And Mike's is coming through perfect too. Looking at his. Could be your connection, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk crap. So let's talk Super Bowl for a little bit. You know, I gotta see who's even playing in the Super Bowl. That's how bad I am. I don't know who's playing. Who's playing in the Super Bowl this year? Oh, Chiefs and the Eagles. Okay, that's Chiefs and the Eagles. I see it here. All right, so just on no pictures bad on YouTube. No full screen on YouTube. So don't do full screen. Do little screen. Let me check my Facebook. Yeah, sorry guys for we're having some. I mean, I'm having my side's good. My hearing, the audio.
As an update, Gina's locked out now. She has to try again in 10 minutes because, too many password attempts.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so Mike, who do you think's going for the Super Bowl? Who do you think's going to win?
Oh, I don't know.
Let me see if I type the invitation in, because this one actually has the. He sent me another one that has the actual thingamajigger.
Okay.
Thingamajigger.
As far as the Super Bowl goes, I would have to say probably the Chiefs will win. Make it 3 years in a row.
I'd like to see the Eagles win just because KC always wins.
Well, I mean, if the Eagles lose, they'll be rioting in Philly, if the Eagles win, there will be rioting in Philly.
So either way, there's probably gonna be a riot.
Yeah,
in
it's
Philly.
like kind of like if I lived in Philadelphia, I would probably pray every year that the Eagles didn't even make the playoffs. But that's just me because I don't really like riots.
I'd like to see the Eagles win for a change. So it's usually what it's been Kansas City, and what was the other team that won a while back?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, Jance. Who's the other one?
I'm not a big sports person. I never was.
I never was really either because growing up, when I used to work in the food business, Jancy, I used to work at BK. I always worked Monday nights, and when did they always play football? Monday nights. So I never.
Well, that's after Thanksgiving.
But like during when I was working, when I was younger, it's I always worked Monday night, so I never got to watch football. Monday Night Football.
Yeah, football is mostly played on Sundays. They do college it's college on Saturdays and NFL on Sundays.
When back in the day, I used because that's when I always got scheduled was weekends and weekends and Mondays. Or if I wasn't working at Burger King, I was working at the car lot. I was working nights at the car lot, so I never got to watch it. I never got to enjoy it, so I never followed it. Yeah, Mark. Hopefully the refs do not decide. Hopefully it's and I hope it's the last couple ones I saw. They were like nail biters. It was like I like the nail biter games, like when it's down to that 2-minute call. I hate when it's a blowout and it's like, like 33 to like 5 or, what I'm like, where there's nothing.
How would you score 5 in a football game?
But like it's like some really like outcast.
Touchdown 6.
No, if you catch it in the end zone or something, there's like something if you catch it and.
No, there's no. Gina and I are having a discussion here. No, there's no legitimate way to score 5 in a game. Like a field, or if you don't make the extra point, but you get a touchdown, that's 6. If you got 2 field goals, that would be 6.
Nope, not letting me in.
What's up,
Is it saying to
Venger?
wait 10 minutes?
I didn't even know they're.
Venger's going for the Chiefs.
Right now, it went to this. I typed in what he sent to me.
How you doing, Photo Milan 28? Thanks for hanging out with us on Instagram. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're all right. So Venger's making. I just said touchdown plus the safety is 7. Venger's bacon currently making sheet pan chicken with peppers and onions. That sounds.
I was just saying, Jancy. I'm sorry. I was just saying, like, there's no way to like score 5 points in a football game.
Yeah, I just made that up.
Currently baking. That can be taken a few different ways.
Are you baking the good stuff, Venger, or are you baking the normal stuff? All right, good, Susan. I'm glad. So with something in your laptop. So just to reiterate, Fred is down in Philly. He's at a basketball game. Gina's having technical issues, so it's just me and Mike right now. And so yeah, want to talk about the football game tonight? If
we
you
could
want,
talk about pop music,
whatever you guys want to talk about.
Talk about pop music. Talk about
pop. Oh yeah, that's an 80s. Oh, Steph. Last night, and everybody, I went to Aldo's Pizzeria. I checked them out last night. I had a loaded cup of potato soup, which was amazing, and I got their house special pizza, which had like literally everything. It was good. It was real good.
My favorite, and I haven't had it in a long time, is Hungarian mushroom soup. There's a sad violin in every bite. And they used to have it for us at work, but they don't anymore because
Event not found.
now it's telling her event not found.
Let me go back into emails.
Here, let me
Or
here. I'm gonna refresh the link and send her a new link.
He's going to refresh the link and send you a new link.
hold on.
Gina said, hold on.
Too bad. Sorry. Already
Jay
clicked
said, too bad. Sorry. Gina's throwing me a middle finger right now. 2 middle fingers.
Uh-oh.
I think if she could throw 3 at this point, she might.
Here, Gene, I'm coming in for the save, hopefully.
How's
Jay
that?
says he's coming in for the save. What?
Hopefully.
So I'll throw the laptop next.
Just don't throw it at me or the windows.
Once to answer Susan, that's an idea. Now come once weather breaks and I want to go back to Jim Thorpe. There's a restaurant.
Broken weather.
There's a restaurant called Molly McGuire's. I was there years ago with the ex-wife. I would love to go back and do a review. I would love to go back to Jim Thorpe and go see the Packer mansions and even do the train excursion. But yeah.
The Green Bay Packers live in Jim Thorpe?
Yeah.
No. Yes, that's that.
Link.
Gina said that's what it needed, a new link.
Okay.
She's running back upstairs now, so she expect to see her.
Tell her not to. Tell her don't trip. Don't fall.
Did I bring my drink down here? I was pissed off because I need a drink.
I see your glass.
Yeah, that's a different drink.
Oh.
Yeah, totally different drink. I'm talking about.
It's all right. Hold on, kind of. Down in Jim Thorpe, there's the Packer mansions,
All right.
And even the old jail.
All right.
Want me to just leave this open so they don't start crying and shit?
Yeah, might as well. Sorry.
All right.
Okay. Green Bay Packers living in mansions.
Who said that? Museums. Hungarian food? I don't know if I ever had Hungarian food. I don't know.
Like I said, there's a sad violin in every bite.
Yeah, I know. But wait, Venger, when that Stromboli kicked ass. That was some good Stromboli. That was from Bari Pizza. When you come down in April, or once you're coming in, I'll take you there too.
I'll take you there.
It's okay. So, yeah, Steph, that was that pizza was really good. I love their soup. I've had goulash, but we call it something different. My mom used to call it something different, but I had goulash before. That's my mom used to make it, but she called it something different. Yeah, Mark, the Black Hawk and the jetliner, that was something. From what I heard, from what I read, I don't know how true it is because I can't confirm it. What's up, Croatia? Thanks for hanging out. Ooh. And we got finally Gina's here.
Yeah. I didn't smash my computer yet.
So to catch GMP, we were kind of talking about Super Bowl. We're kind of talking about all those. I'll have to try their pasta staff because reading the board it looked pretty good. But Friday night we got to do the pizza.
Was he high?
But with that accident. Now again, I've read it. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's what I read. The tower was talking to the Black Hawk helicopter, like, do you see that plane? And that chopper guy, the pilot, said yes, but was he watching another plane, or I don't know. That's what they're thinking. He saw something different that looked like a different plane. He was looking in the wrong area. I don't know, but that was very tragic.
She actually.
Oh, she. Oh, the pilot, the Black Hawk was a she pilot.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
They said I've heard a couple of different explanations of what could have happened. First explanation, one of the first explanations I heard, they were flying with night vision goggles, and the landing lights from the plane may have blinded her, and she reactively pulled up. That's one explanation that I heard that might have happened.
I don't know. What I saw looked like she was heading right towards the plane.
Yeah,
another thing I heard, another explanation that they say is possible. Oh God, now it just popped out of my head. Gabapentin's a horrible drug. God, now it's just totally gone. Well, they did recover the black boxes from the commercial airliner, and they've transcribed them and everything, and I don't know. I don't really get the impression that it's malice.
I just think. I mean, I heard the plane was coming in for a landing. Was it landing or
Right.
taking off?
Landing.
It was landing.
The Black Hawk is not supposed to go above 200 feet, and she was at somewhere between 350 and 4. Also, it's now there were supposed to be the tower was supposed to be staffed with 30 people. They had 19. The actual control tower is supposed to have, I believe, 5 people, and they had 4. The guy, the difference between the helicopter and the plane. The plane, I believe, was on VHF band, and the helicopter was on UHF, though I may have those reversed. And you had one person, because the supervisor actually let somebody go home, for an emergency or early or whatever. And you literally had the guy with 2 different headphones in each ear talking to both aircraft and giving instructions. So there may be something there. It's still it could take them literally months it could take them months to figure this out.
Oh yeah.
What actually what transpired and what they said there. Just 24 hours before there was a near miss.
I heard that.
Yeah, and near misses because Reagan is such a busy airport, and a lot of it has to do with traffic from the Capitol, because senators going in and out and stuff like that, and their staff, and they're trying to actually this has been a back and forth thing in Congress forever, apparently, that they're trying to get tighter regulations on Reagan to
settle down.
Also, that accident with the plane that went into the mall in Philly, that was another tragedy within not even 24 hours.
Right. Yeah, they said
it was a little over 24 hours.
Yeah, just
I had heard that with that one, they're saying that there was the plane was owned by Mexico, maintained by Mexico, and apparently the Mexican whoever does, their version of the FAA or whatever, that they're supposed to do routine maintenance on the plane, and there was a crash of a similar Learjet not all that long ago. And when they were talking to the guy who went over those flight records, and he said like their maintenance program is a joke. You know, he said that like from what he could see, it looks like there was catastrophic engine failure while in the air,
So it's just
like
no
on takeoff. Well, apparently, like with a Learjet, all the engine, the most, it's like when you start a car in the morning. The hardest your engine's going to work is when you first start it up.
Right.
And with the Learjet, I mean, it's a single engine plane, so it's doing that ascent. It's like really like that engine's like really working, and if that engine is not well maintained, a lot of things can go wrong because that's when it's under the most stress is during takeoff. So they're thinking that the engine actually like blew up.
Damn. And she just went down. Like,
yeah. I mean, given the situation in the world, like with Russia and North Korea, I mean, if that were me in Philly, they keep showing that footage of that guy. And I'm presuming his wife or girlfriend coming out of their front door, and they just see that, plume of that explosion plume. It's like, if that were me, I would be like, oh my God, we're under attack. So I'd be like hunkering, I'd be hunkering down in the basement, like, worried about radiation or something. But that's me.
But also, all right, so going back to the chat a little bit, Susan put, you could try many different flavors of ice cream. I started doing that last summer, and I don't know why I just didn't finish. But yeah, I would like to hit like out in Dallas.
I don't know. My favorite ice cream is Manning's.
There is a
Out in Trucksville is
Hillside
Farms.
Yeah, there's a Manning's. I believe it's Manning's. Opened up a little place on Wyoming Ave in, I want to say, Kingston.
Really?
I think it's Manning's. I might be wrong, but I think it's Manning's.
I haven't tried Handles yet, and I work right next to it.
Oh, over in
Plains.
I know where you're at. I was there once maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, it was pretty good. The only thing is, like, there's nowhere to sit. They don't have like really any place to sit. It's just you walk up to the window.
Yeah. You have to sit in your car.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Actually, that day, one of the guys used to follow me on Instagram, which I haven't seen in a while, and I wish I could remember his name, but I'm blanking. Said, try Bingo's Hoagies over in Swearsville. I think it's Swearsville.
Bingo.
That's
Hoagie
basically what it
was
was
his
called.
name.
So I go over it. It was still during the pandemic, so you couldn't go in. I stood there for about 25 minutes. But everybody said these hoagies were good. So I waited. So I got up to the door, and they had a window there, like an open window. So I'm like, can I have my go-to lettuce, tomatoes, onions, cheese, mayonnaise, no dressing. I'm like, could you put tomatoes on it? No, they don't have tomatoes. Deli with no tomatoes. Okay. Well, I'm like, well, I'll pay extra. I'll pay extra. I don't care. He goes, no, we don't have any. So, all right, no problem. So I'm like, can I get some napkins? Because I'm not going home. No, we don't have any napkins. Okay. Oh. Luckily, I had stuff in the car. They sat in the car, and it was literally like, I'm not even 6 inches. It was just like literally 3 bites, and it was gone. It looked like a little sandwich. And that took literally a whole 10 minutes, not even to eat. So from there, I went over to where you were saying, Gina, to that ice cream place, and that was good. Actually, they post on my the SGW Local Eats and Takeouts group. They post every so often. I see them post.
Yeah, I gotta try it.
Yeah, so I got to go back. I got to go back.
I think. Well, the last 2 times I got put in the hospital, and here my screen's blanking out again. My screen keeps shutting off for some reason. Last time I had both times that I had ice cream in like the last 10 years. Both times it put me in the hospital. So.
Ooh. So.
Yeah, it was. For as much as I love it, for as much as I enjoy it, yeah, it's not worth it to me.
Well, that's like the GF loves ice. Like she would love to eat ice cream, but she has she's like
Lactose intolerant.
she could eat it, but it kills her. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably where we're going. But McDonald's uses ice milk, so she could eat at McDonald's, but like she can't go to Manning's or or anywhere that actually has real ice cream.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm getting to the point now where I'm probably going to be insulin dependent because I used to have insulin immunity disorder where your pancreas overproduces insulin, which I mean, like you could live with that, like your blood sugar is going to get high and everything, but eventually your pancreas is going to work hard enough and bring it down. Well, my pancreas basically decided, you know what? I quit. Here's my resignation. I'm done. And it stopped producing insulin. So now I have to be really careful about what I eat. So I eat a lot of red meat, a lot of things that basically can't hurt me.
Red meat's the only way to go. I
eat a lot of meatballs.
I hate well done burgers, steaks. It just tastes like shoe leather.
See, I like stuff well done.
Susan,
Yeah.
when I put oil, it gets if it sits, it gets too soggy. I don't like soggy sandwiches. That's why I do the mayonnaise. Croatia, have I done Blue Ribbon? Years ago I did. I have to go back. The only thing is with Blue Ribbon's a cash only joint. And 9 out of 10, I don't have cash on me. So I always drive. I live like literally right around the corner from Blue Ribbon. Like 5 minutes by car. But you don't, and they don't take cards. It's only cash, and 9 out of 10, I don't have cash on me. Steph, did not hear that.
I actually did hear that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I mean, I'll check it out. I'll hit it. But like when I went to the WOB over in Wilkes-Barre Township, I was like, if I was manager over there, shit would be a whole lot different. Let me tell you. Like, oh, we're short staffed, so we're not making the hot dogs today. Do you sell them? Then you make them. Like, and Jansen could even verify this. When we worked back in the day at Burger King, if we were short staffed and we said, "Oh, well, we're short staffed, so we're not going to make chicken sandwiches," or something, or we're not going to make we're not going to make chicken sandwiches because we're short staffed. The owners would literally and Gina, you know, they would come down and kick us. This oh well, we're shorthand.
That's when everybody would show up wanting chicken sandwiches and
yeah. Sizzle Pie did that during the pandemic or right around before, right like after. I wanted to try their subs. Because I heard, I mean, I love pizza, Sizzle Pie food pizza, but I want to yeah, we can go with that. All right, Vanger. Don't overburn your food.
But hey, John, what's up?
Hey, John, what's going on, buddy? It's like, oh, shit, that's my train of thought. John, you made me lose my train of thought. No, I'm only kidding. What the hell was I saying?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, like it just seemed like that. Even though they were open like maybe like a month now or a couple weeks, it seemed like nobody knew what they were doing. Like one hand didn't know what the other hand was doing.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike? Yeah, I don't like oil and vinegar on my. It gets too soggy. If it sits, it gets too soggy. I don't like that. I like a good mayonnaise hoagie.
I don't yell at anybody. Come on.
But no. Last week I was at Yummy Bowl. I don't know if I told that story. Yummy Bowl is pretty cool.
I'm surprised you were able to finish that while sitting there.
I'm surprised you didn't run into Gina's brother. He's obsessed with the place.
He actually posted it on Facebook today. At Yummy Bowl, anyone?
You know, I wish I wouldn't know your brother if he walked right in front of me. That's the only thing. Maybe he was there. I don't know.
Big beard and lots of tattoos and funny colored glasses.
Nah, I don't remember. I'm sure if I saw it, I probably would have noticed that.
He has a goatee now,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and it's white.
I haven't seen
He
your
just put it
brother
on
in forever.
It's but I mean, Yummy Bowl was like. I was like,
oh, Mike, man, don't get into hyperbole. I didn't yell at anybody.
He yells at me all the time.
yeah, but you live with him. That's different.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if I yell at Gina, it's because she's upstairs or something. And, hey, Gina!
You need that. You need the intercom system. We just.
I said walkie-talkies.
Yeah, we found some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle walkie-talkies we were considering getting, but
Mike, or I'm sorry, Gina, you're.
Oh, which tattoo? The dragon, the tiger, my phoenix, my flowers.
ones that I only ever get to see.
There's a couple that you only get to see.
Yeah. But no, it's so yeah, my week.
Oh, God bless you.
My week wasn't bad. Worked 60 out. Well, almost 60 hours this week.
Yeah, I only
Sam,
worked 10 hours. That's all they scheduled me for.
Nicholas, FP has decided to do his own thing. He's no longer part of the show. Will he be back? I don't know. He's always welcome to come back.
Stop.
But
No. Stop.
FP decided to do his own thing. So I wish him luck, and if he wants to ever come back, he's more than welcome. So we as things, as I said last week, we all have to grow, we all have to evolve, and there you go. He's gonna do his own thing with his videos, and that's cool. No, that's good. Wish him luck. But the show will always go forward. Fred is in Philly.
All right,
honestly, I don't know. We just can't see. We have a good question. We have like a Facebook just group chat for the show, so we can just throw back and forth ideas. And a while back, he said, I have to walk away for his personal reasons, and that was basically it. So, your guess is as good as mine. So yeah, will FP make his own show? Who knows? He could. I don't know. Okay, so
I want to clarify something.
What you're getting?
I want to clarify something before we go any further.
Clarify.
If you buy a chili dog, you're buying it for him. Hang on, where's my finger? Him,
Other way.
not me. Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I wasn't pointing at the chili dog. I was pointing at Jay.
I know.
I'm the other way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Him.
There you go.
Yes.
You're buying a chili dog for him, not me. I can't really have chili dogs anymore. At least not with bread.
It's
So
I mean, now the I got a little hoagie from Wawa. That was the same day I went to Popeye, so I really wasn't. I couldn't wolf down a whole hoagie. And after I was going to my sister's for dinner, so I had to eat little. But what a cat! But do I now? I like Sheets better just because. Now even I went to Sheets on the first day they opened. They were it was mad as hell.
I have Wilford Brimley's disease. In other words, diabetes.
Mean
That's why I can't have chili with bread or chili dog.
if I don't have any buns, hot dog buns, I use bread. Bread's the original.
Buns are a different form of bread.
That's true. Bread, like original, like square bread. That was the original hamburger bun, hot dog bun at my house. Back when I was a kid. But with Sheets, I like Sheets because, like, I can get chili dogs. And even their first day in Wyoming, when the Wyoming store opened, their first day, they were freaking slammed. But yet, even though it took them a little bit longer, they had everything still. They kept everything going. Like when I went to Wawa, like weeks later after their opening, still seemed like they one hand, nobody knew what they were doing. I mean, that's my personal that I thought. Now the hoagie I got from Wawa wasn't bad. I will say it was not bad at all. I haven't tried a Sheets hoagie yet. I don't think I ever had one. But
their meatball hoagies are passable.
Now the other
just like most of their food, you know,
Monday,
passable.
I'm watching on Netflix Monday Night Raw. So I came back and I went to Subway and I got a foot long regular hoagie and I got like a 6-inch meatball for Subway. The meatball was pretty good. It had a little spice kick to it. That was actually really good. What's wrong with the Popeyes employees?
I don't know. I can't stand chicken. I've never been in a Popeyes in my life.
The only thing that and again, this goes back when I went to Popeyes, I wanted to try I heard they have really good macaroni and cheese from watching from watching YouTube videos. So I'm like, I want to try your macaroni and cheese. And what I think she was the manager or supervisor or team lead manager, however you want to call it. Looked at me and said, we don't have any macaroni and cheese today. Okay. And when I got their biscuit, if you saw my video, their biscuit was like I'm sitting there going like it was hard as a rock. And that's right with Nicholas. That's where I was at the Popeyes in Wilkes-Barre.
The Lindy Hop.
The Lindy Hop.
I was there recently, and I think everybody that was working in there was Indian. Like from India, Indian.
When I was there on that Sunday, there was like nothing against Indian people. I'm just saying it seemed like there was more. Okay, I'm not like, all right, no, I don't care as long as I get my food and it's like done right. I don't care who you are, but it's like
no.
Now, Vendra, here's the thing. I love food trucks. I just don't know where they're at to find them, like to find where they're going to be because they're always moving around.
Oh God, they're
everywhere. I can never find them. I like there was a food truck. They were trucks coming tomorrow. Yeah, I've heard that too. there was a food truck. I hope he comes back next summer. It was called over in Edwardsville. It was in the or Larks. I guess it would still be considered Larksville, maybe.
It's a really
If you
long
go over
name.
Route 11 and you go past the old Wyoming Valley Motors dealership, you go around the corner, you go past the tire center that used to have that has the bikini girl on the dinosaur. That tire place.
Maybe.
Okay, well you go around and there's a beer distributor across from a convenient. When the beer distributor parking lot sat this food truck called Smash Burger. Sometimes Smash Burger.
I think I had that before. I think I
And
had that.
he had really,
Yeah. I
Oh,
had it
Gina, you
when
had-
I was working up at Home Depot and I brought some home. I brought you home one.
That's right. I remember it being good.
it was really good. And then all of a sudden, like Facebook page said it was open. So I'm like, oh, it was a Saturday. I'm like, I'm gonna go down and get a couple dogs because they had this thing called the macho dog, which had cheese, jalapeno on it. Boom! It was good.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah, the Macho Man Randy hot dog.
That's a good part for that.
Sorry.
And Facebook said they're open, but they were closed. So I called the number, and it went to voice. I was like, okay, I'm here. I thought you were open. Can you call me back with your hours? Nobody ever called me back. I think I messaged them and nobody answered. So I don't know. I hope they come back because they were good.
Hey.
We gotta catch up the chat here. Now I used to work at Johnny Rockets in the casino. I don't know if they still do it. Yeah,
Really?
Once when Burger King closed or when Arby's closed, my unemployment was running out, and I had to find a job. And that was the first one that said, "Hey, come and talk to me." So I went and talked to them. Let me tell you, holy crap! They put me on. It was like 11 at night to 7 in the morning shift. So that didn't last too long. But I go in when it was dark, and I come out and be like, wow, sunlight. It's like, damn. But Johnny Rockets, their food wasn't bad. But every hour they did this. I think it was every hour or every 45 minutes, something like that. They would come out and they do this. All the employees, I was able to not take part, which was good. They would do this dance to this music. They had to do a dance. I'm like, oh, they.
Yeah, I'd eaten there before. I saw them do that. Yeah, they had to break out into this spontaneous thing.
Their chili. Their chili was fantastic. Excuse me. Years ago, and I don't even know if the guy's still alive. John, I mean, I haven't been there in years. I haven't been to the casino. Oh yeah, that was the one. So that's a shame because they had really good. Their burgers were good. Their hot dogs were good. But I mean, that's tough, having a food truck in the wintertime because it's cold out. All right. Who's fighting? Come on. Let's.
Yeah, don't feed the troll.
It's but years ago, and for people that live around here, there's on Route 11. There's a junkyard called Valeni's. All right. Well, in the park, in that way, I guess you can kind of call it a parking lot. There used to be. It was an old school bus, and this guy gutted it and put in like a small like food truck. He made it like a food truck, and he had the best chili dogs. It was called Famous Phil's. He eventually ditched the truck and went into a store in Kingston, but then he ended up selling it to somebody else. But like you look at this school bus and go like, I don't know, but damn, the hot dogs, he made fresh cut fries. It was amazing. I would love to. I don't know if he's alive now, but because it was like 30 years ago and he was old then. I don't know if he's even still alive. But if anybody, what's up, KJ? If anybody knows about Famous Phil or what happened to Famous Phil in the area, please let me know. KJ, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Appreciate it.
It's spell fight.
It's we got a strong 10 people hanging with us right now. That's awesome. And guys, thank you last week for making the show as awesome as always. We had, between all our platforms, we had a nice turnout. And thank you. I didn't see Lenny tonight. I don't know if Lenny popped in. Yeah, but Venger, when you come in, we're gonna go on a food eating tour, baby. Yes, we are. It's I was gonna go there today and I got sidetracked. Right around the corner from where I live, there's a place called Wiener World. And they have a good homemade chili sauce, but I heard they have amazing cheesesteaks, and I want to try their cheesesteak.
Wiener World.
Called Wiener World.
Serious?
Yep. It's over on Luzerne Ave. Literally, I could walk there from my house.
Sounds like, I'm sorry, but it sounds like a total sausage fest.
But it's awesome. Yeah, it does, but it's awesome. The lady who runs it, she's really nice, and I mean, I hear. Okay, Molly. I hear I heard their cheesesteaks are amazing. So yeah, but I didn't get there today. I ended up hanging out with my two older sisters. BSing. My oldest sister made this egg and sausage casserole, and she brought half over to my sister's house for us to try it. And that was really good. So Eileen, if you're watching, that was really good. But yeah, it had egg, cheese, sausage. I was like, yeah. That's be my breakfast for tomorrow. I'm gonna just see it. KJGVF, how you doing? Thank you for hanging us coming via Instagram. Thank you to my Instagram followers. Appreciate it. Let's see.
KJ, if you notice, I have a couple different cats near me.
That's why she's called the cat.
This gorgeous little orange and white one here, this is Otto. And right behind him over here is Artemis, my baby girl. And I have a kitten that is looking for a home, a black and white tuxedo.
I thought he found a home.
Did, and then she couldn't take him, and so now I'm really trying to find him a home. Let me see if I can grab him.
Well, don't hurt him. No.
He's still a little groggy because he got fixed today.
So you cut off his nuts.
Yeah. They went bye-bye.
Imagine that though, having your nuts no. Ooh. Yeah, no. Thank you guys for who's hanging with us on Facebook, on my profile page. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you for hanging with us.
Okay, Jay, just to clarify, I own a building on North Main Street in the city in Wilkes-Barre, and we have like a a shop on the ground floor, which is where I'm sitting right now. I call it the toy store that doesn't suck. Someday maybe I'll hand the camera around and show you why that is.
Okay.
The between the ground floor and the upper floors, we probably have around 4,000 square feet of space, and we have as of today, because the number fluctuates. We have, including this guy, because he's the newest wayward soul to come here. We have 19 of them.
Damn. That's a lot of cats.
Oh, Mr. Gray. He came to me with the name Mr.
Yeah,
Gray.
he.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, let's put you back. Let's put you back.
Yeah, Mr. Gray, as I understand it, his caregiver was no longer able to take care of him because, moving into a new place and stuff like that, where they don't allow animals. So we got him, and now we're trying to rehome him, which Gina's successfully rehomed many
The story with Mr. Gray is the person who had him, she was moving and she couldn't take him. I don't know why, if it was just, because rent and all that. He's 8 months old. And then the girl who was going to take him, she's been having a lot of health issues. And her sister said she's not going to watch another kitten or another cat because she already has 2. So she watches her kids and the cats when she's in the hospital.
I'll tell you a story how this basically all came to be. Why I'm living my life totally inundated with cats, and having to scrape and shovel litter boxes constantly. My ex-wife used to work. Wyoming Valley Alcohol and Drug is right across the street from this building, and she used to work there, and I used to give her a ride back and forth to work. Well, not back and forth. I would pick her up at night. And one night, excuse me, I saw a cat with its head stuck in a glass jar, an alley cat. And I felt so bad. And it's like, I know if I go over there, it's just going to run. Because, they do that. And it's like, I would do anything. I thought, and I would do anything to help that cat. And I'm basically, I ended up here. I won the lottery, and it was for $44,000. I won. I was a sole winner of a treasure hunt jackpot. I used that money to finance buying this building. And lo and behold, anybody who lives in North End can tell you there is an enormous feral and stray cat population here, and we take them in. If they don't want to come in, we try to make their lives outside as comfortable as possible. In fact, I just spent a bunch of money on heated cat shelters for the outside. They have like a little heating pad in the bottom, and they're like weatherproof.
Cool.
So we feed them. We provide shelter for the outdoor shelter for them. And we just that's a big part of Gina's life. A big part of my life is trying to help as many stray and feral cats as we can.
What's up, Mike? What's up, Joey? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Trying to get Mai to show mine. She doesn't want to come up. Come here, baby. Oh, okay. Come on.
I had Xavier with me before we went live.
Here, Molly. Oh, here she is. Here's the big girl.
He doesn't like the vape too much. So.
Here is There is Molly. I got you, Molly. There's Molly. Ah. All right. Good girl. Yep. Joey, it's Monday nights on Netflix. Monday Night Raw went to Netflix, so it's Monday night Netflix. Let's see. Guys, if you like interesting video clips, check out Mike's channel. It's in the description.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kind of cruising through. About a year ago, this was the banana bike sidewalk driver.
It's just somebody driving on the sidewalk. It's kind of, par for the course living
Yeah,
here.
it seems to be
The sidewalk is,
what they like to do here.
sorry. Oh, thanks, KJ. It is what it is. I mean,
And what's the,
somebody, a really wise and smart person once said that you'll be judged by how you treat the least among you. And I look at animals as probably being the least among us. So,
and Steph, that's what we were hoping. Like, if we could win the lottery again, we'd be able to buy a property and open a rescue.
That's awesome, Steph.
We had that idea.
Oh, the link I just put in the description, that's for the banana bike sidewalk driver from Mike's channel. Check it out.
I got better
know,
ones
but
than that, man.
They can get to your I still like I want to cash in my lottery tickets. No, clam. I still roll at that one all the time.
No.
But oh yeah.
You should have started using like other voices, Mike, like you usually do. Make it sound like there's a party going on.
Hello. I'm watching this guy right now. I get sucked into different channels on YouTube, and right now I'm watching this channel. I love the guy, Lawrence Brown. He's a guy from the United Kingdom who got married to a girl in America, and he moved here, and basically, his experiences acclimating to American life. And the guy's hilarious. I absolutely love watching him. And his channel is called Lost in the Pond.
Is he British?
Yeah, I said UK, United Kingdom.
What's that?
It's from Lancashire. Oh no, Brisbane. Sorry.
There's a couple like YouTube channels guys that I follow that are pretty good. I used to watch all the time Randy Santel, but I haven't watched him. I haven't seen anything lately from him. I haven't watched him lately. There's also a guy named they call him Vacation Education. He does food reviews, so he's from more like Philly, Jersey. He goes Philly, Jersey. Yeah, Avenger. It's wait till you come to the area, Avenger. It's going to be very interesting because we're making a video for that day. Oh, I just want to give a shout out if they watch. I don't know if they watch or not, but Brianna, she just booked with my wedding services today. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Hey, babes.
Joey, I'm nothing against cats, but I'm more of a dog person.
I have nothing against dogs. I love dogs. I love
Same.
animals. Oh, this is our boy. This is our big boy. Where is he?
He is a big boy.
Xavier.
I got Cupid back. All right, Cupid, down.
Well, you know the size melon that I have sitting on my shoulders, and
He's 20 pounds.
Pretty sure he's part raccoon.
So guys, in with the outside the box moving forward, we got some awesome merch to show you tonight. So
And we're going to be dragging that box behind us.
So, sorry to cover Gina's head for a minute, but if you click that QR code, that'll take us to our outside the box merchandise. Check it out. We got t-shirts, hats, glasses, mugs, license plate,
Glasses? Really?
yeah, mugs, like a drinking glass. And
Oh, I thought you meant like the glass. I thought you meant like,
no.
hey, check out these cool
Um,
shape. That's what popped into my head.
it's
Sorry.
yeah, check it out. We got a lot of good stuff. And when you purchase something from the shop, like I keep it as low. I keep it as I try to keep it affordable as possible, just a little over cost. I don't make money off it. Everything that I make goes back into the food reviews, paying for the website. That whole kind of stuff gets run back into the show, into the website, that kind of thing. Also, for my local Ethan Takeouts brand, we got some great shirts over there too. Check that out. Click that QR code. It'll take you to our shop zone. It'll take you right to the shop zone. It will hook you up, show you a lot of good stuff. And for all you animal lovers, we got the Now SGW Pet Crew merchandise. Drinking bowls, food bowls, mats, stuff like that. We're going to grow that one. So check out the shop zone. Really appreciate it. And as time goes on, we're going to grow those brands with different stuff. But yeah, so check it out, guys. I appreciate it. Support the brand, support the show. Back to our scheduled show.
Support my lazy ass so I don't have to work.
It's yeah, I like cats. I have nothing against cats. I don't. Years ago my roommate had a cat. Well, we found the cat and ended up coming in, and she ended up having kids. And
Yeah, they do that.
well, I was when I had Goldie, I was outside. It was like November-ish, October, November. It was cold. I was out walking Goldie out back, and Goldie actually found, like, she's one who sniffed out the kittens. There was like 2 baby kittens. Didn't know what happened to the mother cat. No clue. So my neighbor took one, which was the boy, and my roommate took one, which was the girl. And I live in a double block, so somehow the cats got together and made some whoopee.
And made more babies.
Yeah, next thing I'm sitting in the cat.
It's sweet, incestuous love.
Huh?
I said sweet, incestuous love.
But she didn't look pregnant, but she looked like something was wrong in her stomach. But she didn't look like fat and pregnant. So my roommate was going to take her over to the vet like on Monday. This was Sunday morning. I wake up and all I hear underneath my bed is, well, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I call my room. I'm like, because she worked at Turkey Hill overnight. I'm like, you got to come home. What's wrong? I said, I think your cat had kittens. She's like, what? So shut up. She had like 4 or 5 kittens. Steph, how's the girlfriend doing? The GF is taking it as best as she could. The passing of Mr. Jingles. Yeah, she's mad at the world right now. And she has a lot of anger. She has a lot of it's day by day. Day by day. Oh, but she did mention one of these nights, either after the show or like on a Sunday, we all get together and go out for breakfast, either late night after the show or Sunday brunch or something. I'm like, yeah,
They're like all night places still open, like restaurants, like Mark II
Denny's
used
is
to
really
be.
the only one that I know of. Oh, and I think the Skyliner
Really?
Diner, that the Skyliner or not Skyliner,
The one
it's
up in
up,
Pittston.
it's up. It's not where Wendy's is. Well, they're open 24 hours too, I think. The other truck stop past.
The one up by the
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
up by Avoca Airport.
Right, it's that I.
That's the one I was talking about in Pittston.
Oh, because there's
Across from
no,
Walmart.
it's up past that. There's that truck stop, but that just has Wendy's. There's another truck stop up the road that actually has like a restaurant in it. I haven't been there in years. I don't know if it's 24 hours anymore.
And I'm pretty sure that the Wendy's isn't open 24 hours anymore.
It's called the Iron Skillet. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I went to Wendy's.
I am Iron
It was
Skillet.
about 11 o'clock or 10:30, 11 o'clock. I pull in. I'm starving. I'm like, can I get this? First thing they come on, they say, we don't take we only take credit cards right now. We don't handle cash. Well, that just sucks because that's all I had was.
Good way to not get robbed.
But also I'm like, and I said, well, how come, like, well, what if you don't have, like, all you have is debit card, like I'm like, when did this? And she goes, oh, they do it so for robbery. But I'm like thinking to myself, the pilot part is open 24 hours. So if someone's gonna walk in and rob the place, they got money and there's, but I'm like, okay, whatever. So I ended up leaving them. That's when I went to, I don't know where I went to, but all right, Susan, you have a good Petro. Yep. Take care, Susan. Tell Bob I had
Petro.
Tell Bob I said hi. We said hi and hope he feels good. Hope everything's okay.
Have a good night, Susan.
Good night, Susan.
Yeah, Joy. Mr. Jingles passed away last Friday. Oh, thank you, Steph. I appreciate that. But it really sucks when you lose like your pet that you had for like she had him since what, like 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks old, and he was 10. I don't know if she's gonna get another dog. I don't know. She's looking at another one she found. A cockapoo. We'll see.
Come on, Mishka. Come on. Want me to pick you up?
But
Yeah.
for all of you that follow my food reviews,
There you go.
I have videos uploaded till actually April 18th is my last uploaded video I have. So yeah, so we got a lot of food videos coming through April. Cooking shows, I gotta jump on my cooking shows. What did I get lately? Anything?
I saw you reheating chili.
Yeah, that was Ed's chili. My friend Ed. Well, I was friends with his wife since like back in the days of the CB, back like when we were like 19. And I did their wedding, and he always likes to cook. And he's like, next time I do chili, I want you to come over and try it. And I don't want to do a video like from their house because it would have been weird. So he gave me a ton to bring home, and he's a really good cook. And he made homemade sourdough. It wasn't like just bread. It was like not just like bread, but like we're talking like pound cake bread, and it was really good. It was really delicious. He just made something. He's like, I'm raiding your house. He's like, come on over. I'm like, car's in the garage. Oh, speaking of that, I don't know if I talked about some of my videos. I don't know if I posted it yet or not. Last Friday when I went to see the GF, I slid in a rock driveway, and when I spun out, I damaged the undercat, like I damaged the under shields, and I just got that fixed. $430 later. So the car's fixed. The car's back with me. That's good.
It's not
No,
too bad.
but here's the no, it could have been a lot worse. But like I had money extra saved up to do this, to do that, and I'm like, yeah, figures. So,
Well, the hermeticists would call that the law of use.
yeah.
You know,
Or
you have money put aside. It's energy that's not going anywhere. So the universe is going to come back and say, "Oh, I
let's
have an
do
idea."
this.
My Mishka. My Mishka. Yeah. Mwah.
So yeah. So today the height of my day was
To say hi to
I went
Daddy.
to Charities and bought some food.
I woke up, I ate, I fell asleep. I woke up, I ate, I fell asleep. And then about a half hour before this, I almost fell asleep.
It was
And that was my Saturday. That's my book report.
I had to take the cat to get fixed.
oh
Dropped them off at 8:30 and sat around waiting for a call until I think 4:00 when they called that he was done.
That was like 3:30.
Now what'll happen tomorrow? Depending on how my day goes, I usually like to try and hit Tammy's Kitchen over in Larksville for either breakfast or lunch. But it seems like every time I eat like a big breakfast or big something, I come home and I want to take a nap. It always happens. I always get food coming, I have to take a nap. I sleep till like 2 or 3, and like days shot to hell.
Tell you what, though, man, just on the previous subject, if you ever want to try my chili, I hope you have a strong.
I'll do a food review with your chili. Anytime you make it, you let me know. I'm there.
Or your meatballs, Mike.
I know Gina wants me to make chili right now. Yeah, my meatballs. I tend to I make everything. I like heat. So I tend anything that I make would burn your tongue.
Oh, Joey, I have
And
the cat in segregation. He's in a large cage.
we have like a cage that's meant for like a very large dog.
One of those big suckers.
And yeah, so we segregate visiting cats in there. We do let them out in the house, like eventually, like if they're with us long enough, like the other cats get used to them enough. Because there's this whole hierarchy, and they got to figure out where they fit into it and all that. But yeah, we have a very, very large, like a cage that's actually probably meant for like a Rottweiler or something.
So the cat could like literally run around this thing.
Yeah, there's a litter box in there, food dish, water, a bed, and there's still a little bit of room.
That's a big cage then.
Yeah. I would love to get one of the ones that have like the ramps and like the multi-levels so they can climb. They like to climb.
Oh, Gina, Joey asked a question. Where did you take the cat?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I put him in the cage.
No. Where did you take the cat?
To get fixed.
Yeah.
It was EPAA, Eastern Pennsylvania Animal Alliance, on Hazel Street.
Joey, I might not see you at Tammy's tomorrow. It could happen. It's possible. Depends what time I end up going to bed tonight, and I get up tomorrow morning. Because there's sometimes after the show, I'm up till I'm still watching everything till like 5 a.m. because I just can't sleep.
Yeah, Sunday I go to Shields and get lottery tickets because I play like every day, and I just get them for a week, and I'll just get some. I was planning on making more meatballs. Get more hamburger and a few other things like breadcrumbs and stuff that I'll need. Gina, here's a question: how long do eggs last?
A week?
They usually
Really?
they do it a week. Yeah.
They can last longer. There's
think-
a sell by date or a use by date.
But it's still even you didn't hit the use by date sometimes, like because they have to put.
Well, no. Normally I get like the half thing.
Yeah.
Like 6 of them. But the last time I was at what's the thing? Wegmart. Last time I was at Wegmart, they only had like a dozen. Like they didn't have the half packs, so I ended up having to get a dozen. I only used like 3 at a time.
Yeah, they're good.
The half pack I saw at Garrity's today because I almost bought was like $3.99. This bird flu thing is killing eggs, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, they had to put down a whole shitload of
And
chickens, unfortunately.
normally Garrity's sells a dozen anywhere between, depending on the brand, $2.99 to $3.99.
Well, I know Weiss. They have the 18 pack usually on sale for like $2 with 100 points. If you
Yeah, it'd be kind of overkill for me though.
It's now the 24 egg carton. It was always, like $6 or like $7 or $8. But today the dozen from Eggland's Best, it's a pretty known brand. That was like $6.99 for a dozen. I was like, shit. But I had like 5 or 6 left, so I'm like, yeah, no, I could hold off for a little bit on eggs.
I feel sorry for bakers who have to use eggs like for cakes and cupcakes and stuff like that.
Well, the people buying the feel sorry for
the
them.
owner of Tammy's Kitchen posted today. I forget I don't know where she was at, but for now, because she has a store, she gets to buy like the big case. It was like $215. I don't know how many eggs were in this big case, this big box, but it said like $215 or $215 or $250. I forget. But
yeah, go to Denny's and it's like, hey, order our omelet. It's only $32.99.
Mishka's being really cuddly right now.
Yeah, she's been. That's our one-eyed cat. That's our $1,000 kitty. She's been very affectionate lately. How's her eye, by the way?
Let me see.
Only one.
Can I see? Nope, she's not letting me see. She said, "Nope, I'm going to sleep." It looks okay.
Okay. Yeah, she's been having some problems lately. Last thing I want to see is that cat.
right.
Go blind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm always worried. I worry about all of them. They all.
Mike Sampson is like attacking the screen on your picture.
Really, Samson is.
Hold on, let me see if I could turn this.
Well, no, I believe you. I'm just, what did I ever do to Samson?
Can you see him? Hi, Samson.
He's the one we pulled out of the wheel well of a car.
The wheel well of a car.
Right out on North Main Street.
Yeah, he traveled here.
Literally.
Somebody didn't want to move their car because they could hear meowing in their wheel well. So we sat out there with an SPCA trap and food and treats and basically coaxed. It took us over an hour, but we coaxed them into the trap.
And then I had to use my flip flop
Gina
to
had to take her.
close it.
I was gonna say I thought you had
Or
slippers
slipper.
on. You had to like take off your slippers because they were like across the pavement, and every time he heard that, he'd run because he wasn't big. He wasn't big enough to set the trap off. Like he was tiny. He was like only like
I would say he was about 5 to 6 weeks old. But He didn't weigh enough to set the
That's
trap.
a few weeks. Yeah, now he's this ginormous
Yep.
fur ball.
He looks like a little lion.
He's not as heavy as Xavier. Xavier is like very densely
I would say
packed.
he's the second heaviest, though.
Nah, Olin.
Maybe. But his full name is Sir Samson Hisselot.
Olin.
Well, just an update on the basketball game tonight. The Lakers. Oh shit! The Lakers are winning. I didn't catch the score though. Lakers are winning. Lakers 109.
It was the 70.
102. New York 102.
What are they playing? Is the 76ers?
New York. I have no idea because I never really follow basketball.
Oh no, I just figured you were talking about.
Oh, I don't. I that could be. I wonder. I don't know.
Because I mean, that's who plays for Philly. The
They're playing the
76ers.
Knicks.
This is the Lakers versus New York. It's in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes left. Lakers are winning. So everybody
And the New York team is the
I
Knickerbockers.
don't
It's the Knicks. It's the Knicks.
Okay, gotcha. Oh,
Well,
yeah, is it?
That's short for Knickerbockers.
Oh yeah, because I'm looking at the screen. It said New York Knicks. So yeah, that's true.
Or I could be the smart ass and say Knicks.
Knicks. Like, oh, all right.
The Celts.
The Celts.
That's what they call them. It's like that. No, they're Celts.
Joey T put in. He goes. He'll be the fat guy ordering the Spartan. The Spartan, for everybody who wants to know, Tammy's has like two pancakes, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 sausage, eggs, potatoes, a whole shitload of food.
That sounds good.
It is.
So when you say Spartans, it's like, this is Sparta.
Do I bet on sports? No,
I do not.
I barely watch it.
I don't bet on anything except, you want to get technical. I bet on the lottery.
Once in a while, I'll buy a lottery ticket. Once in a blue moon. Hey, Molly. Once in a blue moon, I'll go to the casino just for something out of the ordinary, but I haven't gone there in years. Last time
I've gambled in the casino maybe 4 times since it's opened.
I'm going to say no more than 5, and that's pushing it for me. Well, that may be no more than 10, because when I used to work at Johnny Rockets, I get that I take a walk around, but I wasn't betting. I was just taking a walk around the casino. Because by that time, when I get out of work, they shut down, I guess, for a little bit, or most of the like the table games are shut down, but the machines are still open. And
they have to wipe the seats off.
Yeah, but when
they're plastic for they're plastic for a reason. If my ex-wife had relatives who worked up there, and they would tell us stories about people they were convinced the machine was going to hit, so they wouldn't get up. And they would sit there and defecate themselves and they'd sit there and soil themselves rather than get up because they didn't want somebody to jump in on their machine.
They're like they'd say, so the minute they get up, someone jump in and hit the big one, But,
yeah.
When I used to play the Blackjack 21, and 9 out of 10, I'd either win or walk or break even. Once or twice I actually lost and I left, but normally I'll either win money or I'll break even. Well, it's been a while.
I haven't played. The last time I played blackjack was when they had a blackjack dealer at Market Street Square.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, I used to sit at that blackjack table, and the one night I actually broke the bank. I cleaned them out. I know how to play blackjack. I know how to. I'm not Rain Man. I don't know how to count into like a 5-deck shoot or anything like that. But I know how to play the odds.
Like when we go to when I used to go to bazaars, I haven't gone to bazaar in years. But the over under game I like to play, and the big wheel I like to play.
I used to love my big wheel when I was a kid.
I liked the pool tab.
Oh, like the bingo type pool thingies.
The pull tabs for the you had to get the word bingo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I spend about
Oh.
$21 a week. I play Cash 5 and I play Treasure Hunt.
Here, Ollie.
They're both like 5-number games. They have. You're not going to win life-changing money like on Treasure. Well, I can't say that because when I won Treasure Hunt, it totally changed my life. But I wasn't stupid with the money. I mean, I invested in property, all that stuff. But if I were to win like a Cash 5 jackpot, that would be life-changing money. I mean, that's like a minimum of $150,000, and I've seen that jackpot go as high as $3 million.
Mike, Joey has a question.
Market Street Square. Can you go into detail?
Okay, number one, I'm 52 years old, so let's start there. Market Street Square was there's a train station on the Market Street in Wilkes-Barre. Actually, Market Street or Wilkes-Barre Boulevard, depending on how you look at it. And at one point, a local entrepreneur named Tom Greco, whom I worked for at one point, he bought that train station and turned it into a bar and dance club and hotel at one point too. He's actually, not many people know this, he is actually the nephew of Gus J.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, but he is.
Breaking news.
Well, when Gina and I were younger, so much younger than today, back when I was about 25, Gina and I, we both drank there. Both loved the place.
I used to go there when I was 25, 24, 25. I didn't go there all the time, but I was there. So,
I was there every Friday and Saturday night.
Friday night happy hour and Peanuts Bar was the best.
I remember when,
and that's where the blackjack. That's where the blackjack.
Remember they had was it Joe's Diner? That little like. I love that little diner.
Oh no, it was just called
the diner.
Oh, I thought it was.
You're thinking at its last iteration, Market Street Square renamed its dance club Banana Joe's,
and that didn't last long.
No, but the diner was just the diner. Actually, I was at one point a fixture when I was about 16, 17. I was kind of a fixture in there. I used to, after whatever kind of night I had, I would sit in, because the diner was 24 hours. I would sit in there and drink coffee.
Do you remember?
I also had a crush on the one waitress. So
do you remember the S&W?
Yep.
Yes.
When it used to be.
I had to think about it. When
it used to be open on the weekends 24/7.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was in there.
My
quite
dad
a few
used
nights.
to go in there all the time. Well, not all the time, but he used to go in there on the weekends.
Actually, I sat and got food in there more than once with our friend Mr. Golich.
Ah, I was there a couple times
because he and I used to hang out back in the day.
It's I was there after they stopped doing the 24-hour. I was there like maybe twice, and then next thing I knew they closed. But they always had good. They always had like a good burger.
Yeah, they had good food there, from what I remember.
It's
you're going way back.
Yeah,
for me. Well, yeah, that's hope that elaboration helped. Joe.
And then
Market Street Square. Market Street Square was a happening in this city for quite a few years.
There was Market Street Square, and then there was Jitterbugs. So you either went to Jitterbugs, really, or Market Street Square. I was usually at Jitterbugs.
So was I
run
actually
into a couple times at Jitterbug.
Yeah, I used to really like that place. I mean, I would go.
And then there was also after a while there was the hardware bar.
That was downtown, wasn't it?
Downtown,
yeah. That was Main. Yeah, that was Main Street.
South Main.
That was South Main.
I was never in there for whatever. I just never got over it.
It was a
my
fun
friends
place.
paid to have me spanked for my birthday.
See that? If you knew me, I would have done it for free.
They got me up on the bar and poured shots down my throat
And
and
spanked me.
spanked me.
I think from what I understood, they tried to tailor that like Coyote Ugly, from
Yeah.
what I was told.
Yeah, they'd get up on the bar and dance and all that.
Actually, they had it open for the customers to get up and dance on the bar.
Didn't they also have one in Scranton at one point? The hardware, did they have one?
Maybe?
No, but Tinks in Scranton was amazing.
This was after Tinks. It was Tinks building, but it became something else. I thought it became the hardware bar up there. I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, Club XS Joe was a place on Market Street. Jitterbugs was in the East End, or not East End, the Edwardsville. Not it was actually in Edwardsville. The old mall there.
It was behind.
Remember the West Side? Yeah, it was behind the West Side Mall. Yeah, Club XS was on Market Street. I actually drank with the owners.
Was
there
that
more
where
than
the
once.
well, now it's like a bank or gym? It turned at one point became Gold's Gym. Or
there was actually a Gold's Gym behind
okay.
it.
I know what you're talking about. I remember.
Yeah, basically I being me, and I'm not trying to be like, I don't know. I've been a bouncer around this area in different places for many, many years. If I ever need a sideline, or I'm too old now, but I mean, if I ever needed a sideline, I'd be a bouncer. So I have bounced in places like Sansui Lounge, Toppers, Old Time Charlie's. I've been knocking around I'm 6'7" and I'm like 330 pounds, 340 pounds. So being a bouncer is kind of like, I mean, I literally have owners of different places, because I also have like a mellow temperament, and that's kind of what you want in a bouncer. You don't want a guy who's a hard guy and out to prove something. You don't want to walk up, get in somebody's face and start yelling at them. You basically want to be polite and ask them to leave, not, hoping that your sheer size will, intimidate them enough that, I'm not gonna try this.
I remember Club X's used to have like, because I was there once for it. And I didn't realize it was that, but it happened to be. It was like 18 and overnight or something, where they had half the bar taped off, where like you were 21, you could go on this side, but if you're 18, you couldn't. And
the whole hand
that looked like, that sounded like a disaster waiting to happen.
Market Street Square used to do that when they'd have bands and stuff. They had an under 21 night for like the longest
I remember
time.
I was in Banana Joe's one night. Me and another friend of mine, not Dan, me and another friend of me and Danny's, went to see Dr. Dirty John Valby. It's the first time I ever saw him live.
Yeah, a lot of people went to that. That was a happening.
He
came to the area more than once, actually.
That's the first time I saw him was over at Banana Joe's, though. Like,
Maybe.
He's still, I saw just recently on YouTube. I don't remember how old this guy is, but he still looks pretty good for being an old guy. And he's still playing. From what I heard, though, like he was actually, like he was like that good at playing. Like he was actually in like I don't know, it was the Philharmonic, but it was something like the Philharmonic, like a symphony orchestra. He was like that good. And he decided that he wanted to do his own thing. But I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, you couldn't really do that. You couldn't do that with the Philharmonic.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the actual Philharmonic, but it was like a symphony orchestra. But he was like that good.
Hey, I just remember going to Market Street Square, and they always had like the cover charge, but it was like $5 to get in. The one door guy had a crush on me, and he just like waved me right in.
No.
Well, sometimes it happens.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. No.
I was young and skinny then.
And they had years ago. It was after I went there one time. They had penny till you pee night.
You're thinking
Market had a like I think
Market
like
Street Square had penny drinks till midnight. It didn't
okay,
matter.
yeah, penny till you
Yeah,
pee
that
was
was
Dr.
I remember
Feelgood's.
Dr. Feelgood's like
And everybody would pile chairs and stuff in front of the bathrooms.
the first person that did go to the bathroom, man, got it for like a good hour. Then they'd buy him drinks and shit, but they'd harass him for an hour. It'd be like back in the day, like I was able to hold it like really good. So my buddies would get all pissed off at me because they'd be like, I gotta go. I'm like, I don't, Then once
nobody ever wanted me to go because I have like the weakest bladder in the world even back then. So yeah, no, I'm like, I was the kind of person though. I didn't need other people to go out. I mean, I would basically go out by myself a lot and just make my own good time, meet new people,
Yeah.
I never had that stigma. Never going out by myself.
Yeah,
it
never bothered me either.
That's exactly how I met Gina.
When
went out by myself.
And that's the shot girl.
All of a sudden, the minute I walked through the door, the shot girl came running up to me and said, "Hey," if you want to sit with me and my friends, it's like, what?
It wasn't right off the bat. I first tried to sell you a shot.
Oh yes, you did.
Oh, so yeah, I'm like, this is like a little too early in the evening for me right now, but so I basically just got
you're
there.
That
was you see, okay, let Mikey's going to share his dirty little secrets here. Back when I was single, and I was able to, and I didn't have this big massive beard on my face, and I looked half decent. I didn't look like a homeless person. I would always go out to the bar late. I would always go out like 11 o'clock, midnight. 11 o'clock would be the earliest I'd ever go out. And there was a reason for that. Because at the end of the night, like 2 o'clock, I would, I could handle my liquor pretty good. And 2 o'clock rolls around, I'm still fairly sober. But the girls who've been in the bar all night are drunk off their asses. So it gives you a severe advantage. You have a major advantage when you're still sober and all the cute girls are drunk.
It's like,
So yeah, if you start talking to a girl like around, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, anyway, for all you younger guys out there, learn that trick.
Remember when Jitterbugs would be like, Jitterbugs would have like the $5 all you can drink until like midnight or something. But remember when Ollie's used to be open 24 hours on the weekends? We used to go over, get hammered at Jitterbugs, then go over to Ollie's and eat at like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, whenever Jitterbugs, we cleared out Jitterbugs. Those were the days. We'd sober up by eating at Ollie's.
Well, Jules, I knew Jules pretty well. Like on paper, his daughter ran that place, but it was him. His daughter was more or less the bar manager.
It was technically Jules owned it, but she ran like it. Yeah, technically it was her. It was Jules.
Yeah,
Jules.
Yeah.
Just like
Jules actually, not to disparage any of his guys, because I was literally friends with the bouncers in both places, the Cabaret and Jitterbugs. I knew all those guys, and there were plenty of nights when Jules would trust me more than his own guys to take him to the bank to do the drop.
I believe it.
So
back when it was the Cracker Box, before it became it was the Cracker Box. Wednesday night, Wednesday, like my dad and his buddies would actually meet at the Cracker Box, and back then that's where they sold the cars. Like they sold cars at the bar, and they just had to go into the dealership to actually like do the quote unquote paperwork. That's how they did all their business was at Cracker Box, and like my.
I will say this: there was more than one night when I was at the cabaret. I used to hustle pool.
Me
and
me and my buddy Joe, for a while, ran the kitchen. That was really interesting.
Well, I used to like hang around the back by the
Okay.
pool tables, and if you remember Lee Patterson, he's the guy who
Yeah.
owned Toppers. I was playing his son. Playing his son, Jody Patterson. I was playing him $20 a rack on those tables, and he was not in good shape, and I was taking mega advantage of him that night. But it's like, hey, his dad has a lot of money. He doesn't, he has nothing to worry about. But yeah, I mean, Jules and I we were pretty
Yeah, I
good
was
friends.
pretty decent with him too. Like, cause he knew my dad for all those years. So when I was old enough to go into the Cracker Box, he'd be like, "You look familiar." Well, oh my, and then we talked, and then ever since then. But it was funny because before I was 21 or could legally walk into the Cracker Box, in the summer you're out cruising, you're out cruising the Ave, and so, and I for whatever reason I ran out of money, so it was in the summer, so I walk up to the Cracker, and the guy's like, "You can't come in here." I'm like, "I know my dad's here, but I gotta talk to my dad." "Who's your dad?" "Steve Yanchik." "Oh, come on." So it's funny. I come walking around, and my dad's looking like, "What the hell you doing?" I said, he goes, "Let me guess. Need money, huh?" "Mm-hmm." "There you go. Get out of get out of here." But then after he died, after started going to when it became Cabaret, and I got to know Jules really good. And me and my friend Joe, we ran the kitchen for a little bit, and yeah, that was interesting. Because I mean, even as about you see stuff that you're like, sometimes you wish you could unsee it and you can't. And yeah,
Oh, I hear you.
But I always had a good time.
I've worked in bars before, so I know what you're talking.
There's some things you just can't unsee. But it was I had a good time. I had fun. But then when it became,
I used to always say I would always get in trouble every time I went on the other side of the river. The cops over there, just didn't appreciate.
didn't they like know your van at one point? At one point, they just knew your van. Like, oh, like
you remember
vaguely,
that van?
but I kind of do, yeah.
Yeah, that was the party wagon. Party wagon was awesome. I missed the party wagon actually.
I miss.
I had that for many years. I had that transmission rebuilt at least 3 times.
I wish my 21 to 25 year span was.
Well, yeah, the cops knew my van. The cops in the valley knew that van. But it is what it is, man. I had my 20s were beyond roaring.
Yeah, I had a good one, and then in
I made a lot of good
in
memories.
2000, when I turned 27, I ended up getting married. That's a whole nother story in itself. But yeah, I got married, and now here I am today.
Hey, I did that twice.
Dummy.
I held out until I was 40. I got married to a woman who was 13 years younger than me. And all I can say is it looks a lot better in the brochure than it does in reality. I met her, I was like 35, and she had just turned 23.
Damn. It's like,
yeah, like I said, it looks a lot better in the brochure.
Oh, I'm sure. It's because every guy's fantasy is dating like a real young chick. That's quote unquote fantasy. Probably reality is a whole lot different.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, when I was the year before that, when I was like 34, I was seeing. I don't know what it was. You
Oh
go through
yeah.
phases. When I was 34, I was seeing a girl who was 19.
Um. Yeah. During that time, like everybody has that thing they have to just get out of their system, and it is what it is. Have I? It's have I done stuff that I should not have done in the past? Absolutely. Do I regret it? Some things I do, some things no. But it's
I don't live with
I'm like,
regret. I can't
right.
change the
I mean,
past.
yeah, neither could I. But it's just like, for the most part, what like after my dad died, like what I went through and what I had to go through made me who I am today. So I'm in that aspect. I'm like, I'm a better person. That's how I look at it. Um,
I'm a much better person than who I was when I was in my 20s. I'll
oh
tell
yeah.
you that right now.
There used to be
Yeah, I was an out of control animal when I was in my 20s.
a pizza place in not South, North End called BB's Pizza. And now again, I'm going back like 91, 92. And
I
they
don't
had
recall it.
a wing called a sauce called Mind Probe. This is back then where you had this quote unquote sign a waiver that you wouldn't, assume if you screwed yourself up. That's how hot they did this. And so Danny Golich, he was there. One night we got a bucket and we'd see like who could eat the most. And yeah, that was running through his apartment trying to find something to drink, and all he had in his refrigerator was beer, bread, and milk. That was interesting. So we're like trying to like jamming out, like trying to like eat the bread and get Then he had a going away party for another guy who worked at Burger King with us. He was in the National Guard. He was going away on leave. He had to go. They sent him. So Danny had this big going away bash in his apartment. Well, one of our friends ended up falling and breaking his table. My other friend Joe and his buddy fell down his stairs, his outside stairs, because his apartment was like up top, and so Joe and his buddy fell down the stairs, and Rob, his name is Bobby, who was going away. It was like 4 a.m. Danny gets up to go to the bed, and here he is passed out on his toilet. So yeah, we had some very interesting parties at Danny's house. They were fun.
I'll bet.
Luca and the Mavs is where it's at. South Franklin is a fire forces family from home. Oh, damn. But so, Gene, have any interesting stories from the past?
I was boring. Like I said, I got punished. My punishment was always my books were taken off of me and I was made to go outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're punished.
Like I said, I'm boring. And then I would have
Another
to
reason why we
outside.
never met as kids. Another reason why we never met as kids, which we had a lot of the same friends growing up. I was a bad seed.
No.
So.
Yeah, my dad would have said, "Stay away from
12.
him."
Yeah, I know. That was pure sarcasm. See, is anybody still join us on Instagram?
I was a freaking hellion when I was a kid.
Thank you guys for still hanging on.
I still, to this day, I mean,
we still got Instagram.
My mom's gone 9 years now, and I still feel bad for her.
It's funny. They say people come together when there's a wedding or a funeral, And
My family, it's all funerals,
the day
unfortunately.
my dad died December 20th, 1990. He died. It was the night. It was the nighttime. It was. I was actually. I was coming. I was actually going into work at Burger King. My sister was actually getting ready to leave because she worked day shift. I worked night shift, and she gets a phone call. Back then there were no cell phones. She gets a phone call. The manager, the head manager at the time, he's like, phone, and okay, whatever. Next thing you know, she's like, come on, we got to go now, and like just like come on, like off. So long story short, we're at the general hospital. Passes away. So we're all, everything's turned. Our whole lives are just all flip flopped all over. We go back home. The next day, literally, we ended up with 5, including the ham. Like, 'cause my mom bought a ham we were do for Christmas. Not only did our neighbor cook our ham, they cooked. We had like 5 hams that day throughout the day. 5 hams, meat platters, bagel baskets. There was so much food. Like, my oldest sister was already married on her own. My mom's like, here, take, because it'll go bad. Because that's how much food we got. And back then, that's when neighbors stuck together, helped each other out. And I don't know if you see that nowadays.
I make it a point. I know my neighbors, like a lot of them anyway. And
Like
I'm very. I actually, I never thought that I would be that person, but I basically am. Like, I'm very community and civic minded, and I don't know. I just, I get involved with the community. I'm now the crime watch coordinator for North End.
Steph, you're still with us. Awesome.
Which
Steph's still with us.
That kind of that got thrust upon me, being a board member. All that writing was backwards, Gina.
That's good.
It's
I won't ask. Gina reads smutty books.
And you see, she was not denying it. She's like, yeah, I do.
I'm not lying.
She's sitting there going,
yeah. So I'm not a lying person.
They have stories behind
Never
them. It's not just smut.
That's the best part, though.
It's kind of like some of the articles in Playboy.
They have articles in Playboy?
They're actually, you know what? When Hefner was alive, I don't even know what it's like. I haven't read Playboy in many years. I can't even. I was living in a mountaintop the last time I had a subscription. But no, they actually really do have some good. The advice columns are really good. The political stuff, was always like really interesting.
Well, wait, Venger. Wait till you come to the valley. Yeah.
Yeah, come to the valley, I says. You just remember you got to talk like this. You say you go in the bar and you say to the guy, "Yeah, toe tree bears, I says." Ah, toe tree bear, yeah, toe tree bears, and a shot of Southern, I says. Talk like that, you'll fit right in.
There's one video that's been out on the internet. It's been on YouTube for years, and it has thousands of views. He calls himself the broski or big broski or something, and the video's tagged "my new haircut," and it's one of those stupid videos that you just have to laugh at. This guy acts like he's like this all big macho. He's like, "Hey, broski, 2 Heinekens," and it's one of those where you just have to watch and laugh at.
Well, I've had people, because I used to do contracting for satellite, cable, telephone. I used to go all over the Northeast. And when I would tell people, like people would ask me, like I'd be in a hotel bar somewhere, and somebody'd ask me, like, where are you from? Uh, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area. Really? You don't sound like you're from there. I've met people from there. You don't sound anything like. I'm like, thank you. Took a lot of work. I don't want to talk like those people.
But Mike, that was me still like that. I'm always going out by myself. 9 out of 10 because like the GF, I end up going out myself most time anyway. Like the GF is really picky when it comes to food. So like I said, like I'd love to go back to Burrito Loco. Which I'm going back to Burrito Loco and trying something different one of these days.
Living Burrito Loco.
I unfortunately do not have the money to go to Burrito Loco.
It's before my $430 undershield collision. I did. I don't have any more though. Yeah, that's
Like I said, my job, I had 10 hours scheduled this week, 9 hours scheduled last week. So I'm gonna have a 19-hour paycheck.
for you to take out taxes and you're lucky you have gas money.
Yeah.
Guys, if anybody knows anybody that's hiring in the area, let her know.
I keep applying to full-time jobs and I get the rejection letter. We decided to go with a different candidate. I'm almost at the point where I'm going to give
Well,
up.
I'm just basically at this.
Steph's jamming on her double espresso.
I'm just trying desperately. I'm just desperately trying to hang on to what I have.
Yeah, we're going back through the whole Medicare thing. We were 8 to 6, which I was making some nice OT. Now Friday Monday we go back to our normal hours, 8 to 5. So like, damn. I'm hoping. I'm normally 8 to 4. I'm hoping I could squeeze that half hour and stay on and help them. We'll see. Bob.
No, Avenger. I haven't shot a game of pool in many years. I'm sure it would come back to me because I mean I practically grew up in a place called Cal's Q Room on South Main in the city. I was there every day of my life.
Really? What was the name of the place?
And yeah.
What was the name of the place?
Huh? Cal's Q Room. It was a dingy basement on South Main, just between like the Army, Navy, and Boscov.
I never knew that.
Right after Midtown Village.
I used to go to Guys and Dolls.
Yeah, there was a pool hall.
Yeah, I've been to Guys, and there used to be a place over in Wilkes-Barre Township called Q Sticks, I think. Or Pool Sticks, Q Sticks, some.
There used to be a bunch of pool halls. Jack and Joe's. There was a place in Natico. Guys and Dolls. There was Jack and Joe's was over on Blackman Street.
Guys and Dolls.
There was a place up on the Suey Highway. I took a date there once when I was like 21 or something.
Guys and Dolls used to be over in the West Side Mall because you would go downstairs. Then they moved over to where they ended up, the old Bonanza building. Now it just sits there.
But yeah, Cal's Q Room was like I said, you had to walk down like almost like 2 flights of stairs into a basement. Had a little arcade down there. Bought my first pool cue, like the break apart ones. I bought my first 2 pool cues there. And yeah, I mean the old man, he would teach us how to, he would teach us tricks, teach us how to shoot. I learned how to play there. It was the kind of thing where a bunch of my buddies were all hanging down there, and they had told me to come down. I don't know, man. I don't shoot pool. Oh, we'll teach you.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, that was when I was like 16. And, you know, I was already like I got thrown out of school.
Venger, you still? I think
So, yeah, you know,
Venger was shooting in the league. Weren't you, Venger? You shot in the league or still shooting in the league? No, I never could shoot. I never could play pool to save my ass. But back in the day, I used to bowl pretty decent. I used to be good.
I only ever went bowling once. I did all right too. Once you figure out how to put a backspin on the ball,
It's
at least that's what I did.
I used to be on Larry's pool league over for skate away. Or wait, was it skate? I used to twice a week. I used to shoot pool. One was at the what's the name of that bowling? Oh, I can't remember. There was a bowling stat. Yeah,
Lanes.
one to Stanton, and the second was at
Up by
Chaco's.
Lispy's.
When
There was Lispy Lanes.
that wasn't listed
Oh, Chaco's
over
when it was
before they rebuilt.
Well, no, I was saying like Lispy Lanes was up by everything else that's
Right. No,
Lispy.
this was Stanton Lanes, and when before Chaco,
Yeah,
when it was
Chaco's before they moved to the new
I
place.
also played on the new place, but I loved playing at Chaco's in the old place because the lanes were so worn and seasoned. I did really good. When we went to synthetic, I struggled a little bit till I got my figured out my groove. But
So you got your groove back,
got my bowling groove.
like Stella.
I was just gonna say, are you Stella?
Yes, I am.
God, I haven't been bowling in years.
I mean, I had the bag, the bowl, the ball, the bag, the cue, the whole, the arm, the brace. Like, yeah, I was.
I
did
suck at it, but I still like it.
Yeah, I literally I bowled once, and it was like at my niece's birthday party that she had at Chaco's.
Chaco's has good food. Well, they had good. I haven't been there in years, but I heard they still have good food.
I've been there, since my divorce. Yeah, really, I don't talk to. I run into my ex sister-in-law once in a while, and we're polite to each other and everything. But
gee, what the hell you doing over there? Hearing noise. I'm hearing noises. Like I don't know. I'm hearing noises.
Oh, that's Momo.
Oh.
Yeah, she wheezes. We've taken her to the vet. We've had her at the vet like 3 times for it. They just throw antibiotics at her and it never does anything. Like we think they're thinking like that she has like some loose polyps. Like loose polyps in her nose or somewhere in her breathing.
But the surgery to have that tested,
but I mean, she runs around.
Is really expensive because they have to sedate her and they have to put something down her nose and.
It's I remember when I got Molly spayed. That wasn't cheap.
Well, I mean, as far as Momo goes, I mean, yeah, she has that rattle to her, but I mean, it doesn't seem to affect her. She still runs around. She still,
When she doesn't run around,
I'm almost. I mean,
scared.
I'm pretty.
Come on, Momo.
Pretty much convinced that.
Come on, Momo.
She's the oldest of the cats anyway. There's no way to really know how old she is. But I mean, basically, like she's a stray. Like she's an actual breed. She's a Japanese bobtail. And
come here.
she was just basically like she was one of the outside cats, one of the friendly outside cats.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, and that's not cut. That's her actual tail. Like, nobody cut it like that.
Her tail.
Yeah, that's just how she is. And she has very tiny little ears and a freakishly large tongue.
Like a Gene Simmons tongue. Right, baby? All right.
Yeah, she, she was outside shivering, like it was like really cold the one night when I was putting food
Yeah,
out.
it was one of those. No more
And
cats. No more cats. I go to bed because I had work in the morning. He comes up. I brought Momo in.
There's the cat.
she was shivering and like looking at me, giving me really sad
So you're
eyes
like,
and everything. So I was like, come on. And she walked in the house and she's been inside ever since. That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
It'll be 5 years that we're in
Yeah.
this house.
And I'm pretty sure that she at the time was probably 4 or 5 years old. So I mean, she's getting up there.
Well, Molly this past year, Molly just hit 4. Can't believe that those 4 years went fast.
You're 9. You're 9.
Yeah, she'll be 5 in November.
Here, Mama. Mama.
But yeah, it's like like the pattern of black, like she's a white cat with some black in her, and the pattern of the pattern of black fur on the top of her head reminded me of Mo Howard from the Three Stooges, so I started calling her Mo. I started calling her Mo.
We thought she was a male.
And that evolved. No.
Yeah, at first we thought she was a male.
But then I started, Mo evolved into Momo. And then come to find out, looked it up, like, well, what is she? Like, this is such a weird. And I think Gina did like a photo search, like she took a picture of her, and it came back as Japanese bobtail. And like looked up a few other Japanese bobtails. It's like, yeah, that does look like her. And it turns out that in Japanese, Momo means peach, and it's the most popular name for a cat in Japan.
Did not know that.
Really, Mama?
So, guys, I want to thank all you that are still hanging with us tonight. Appreciate it. Venger, Joey, Steph, you guys rock. You guys rule.
You rock and rule. Oh, Avenger. Yeah, I mean, I'm always. I mean, it's a friendly game.
I do that too. I'd shoot. Can't shoot worth a shit, but yeah, I'd shoot.
Yeah. 8-ball, 9-ball. I always like playing 9-ball.
Yeah,
9-ball to me, it's like it's more skill. 8-ball you can get lucky with a lot of stuff. 9-ball, I mean, having to shoot in numerical order.
Yeah,
KJ, it's
you're
cool.
here, dude. You're bouncing back and forth. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here. There's a place down in Emmanuel called Yakko's Hot Dogs. But I found out past Yakko's, there's a little food. I don't know if it's still there, but it's a little food like a truck, like a food truck. So maybe when Venture comes up, we'll road trip down Emmanuel, just for the shit of it, just for the crap of it. Take him on a real road trip. But
well, isn't getting here a road trip for?
Yeah, he's
for
coming
Avenger?
from Texas.
All right, that's not a road trip.
Yeah,
that's a
flight.
flight.
Yeah, I drove it.
And
I drove to Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Unfortunately, no, it didn't.
She got married.
I got married.
She got married in Vegas.
Yeah, people ask me, would you get married again? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's like
people ask Gina and me all the time if we're gonna get married. And I was saying no.
I was just gonna say. Yeah, it's
Yeah, once you get married, it goes downhill.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right, baby? What, Mama?
Sorry to hear that, Avenger. Yeah.
Hey, my biological father passed away 20 years ago. He was 51. My mom passed away 8 years ago. She was 58. So hopefully I don't have any of those genes.
Well, my father, I lost my father when I was 20, so that's 32 years ago. And pretty much anything that was wrong with him then is wrong with me now. So he was 56 when he died, so I'm only 4 years away from that.
I always thought my dad died at 52, but actually died at 50. He was 51. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I mean, you have to look at your father. Like when you're a man, you have to look at your father and grandfather for or your father and his father for like longevity. Like get an idea of how long you're gonna, how long you're in the race for.
I say funny, but I don't mean like funny to laugh at, funny. But like,
Are you
on my
leaving,
dad's
Joey?
side-
Say good night.
Night, Joey.
Good night, Joey.
See you next week, or I might catch you at Tammy's tomorrow. Who knows? Like on my dad's side, they died of heart disease, diabetes, sugar, heart attacks. On
My father had a massive stroke while he was in bed with a woman who was half his age.
that's one way to go, I guess. Like, damn.
I would think it beats getting hit by a bus.
It's now.
Yeah, he was 56, and I believe his girlfriend was 26 or 27.
It was so on my father's side, both my grandmother, grandfather's side, they died sugar, diabetes, cholesterol, the whole 9 yards. On my mother's side, her father, so my grandfather, my mother's side, died of cancer, like had different cancer. My uncle died of cancer. My mother's side all grew to be like all lived like old age. They just died of old age. So my realm is God only knows what's going to take me out.
My father had diabetes, really bad, as bad as I do now. And his thing was he would pay attention to what he was supposed to pay attention to when it suited him. Most times he didn't. Like he would take me out. I was about 19. He took me out for like pizza the one time. Got a pizza with everything, and a Diet Coke. And I'm looking at the pizza. I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, you're diabetic. What are you doing? And he's like, what? I got a Diet Coke.
That was like back.
Of course I'm diabetic. That's why I'm drinking a Diet Coke and not a regular one.
That was my dad too. Like they told him, don't eat this stuff. He's like, right. Because I'd rather live, he'd rather live 51 years his way compared to, 70 their way. Like he ate all the, basically he ate all the wrong stuff, but all the good tasting stuff. He liked his lobster, his steaks, his burgers, he drank beer.
Well, none of that's bad for a diabetic, really. I mean, you're talking like it's bread, grain, stuff that turns to sugar in your gut. You don't necessarily think of. Like I love noodles. I miss pasta like you wouldn't believe. But I can't have it. If I eat pasta right now, my sugar will spike up in the 300s.
No, I think if my dad was alive today, because back then they didn't have all the knowledge that they do now, I think they could have saved him or prolonged his death. I mean, I think they with the technology today, but back then he literally like what is it? There's 4 chambers. There's 4.
Bless you, Artemis.
4 arteries that go into the heart.
Yeah, there's 2 ventricles. It's basically there's the heart has 4 chambers.
Three of his arteries were 100% blocked. His fourth one was like 98% blocked. Like he just loved the wrong kind of foods, and eventually it bit him in the ass. But what do you do? I mean.
Well, here's a tip for you guys. Anybody out there who's got Wilford Brimley's disease, diabetes. I'm Wilford Brimley, and I have diabetes. If you have that, you can still drink. It just has to be hard liquor because there's no carbs in hard liquor. Usually no sugar. At least I get away with it. I drink Yukon Jack all the time, and it doesn't seem to affect me. Beer, on the other hand, is nothing but liquid bread. I miss the hell out of beer. I love beer, but I can't have it.
The last time I had a bottle of beer was at my niece's wedding. And let me tell you, like I don't drink really anymore. Rare, like once in a blue moon, I might have a beer here or a bottle there if I'm over my sister's house. Well, at her wedding, she had Corona. All right, I could do a Corona. Got the lime wedge or lemon, whatever the fuck they put in. Sorry, whatever the crap they put in there. Lime.
Corona con limón.
Basically, right after I drank that, it felt like in my left side someone stabbed me. Like I literally almost like bellied over. That's how much pain I had after drinking one bottle of Corona, and I haven't touched it. I haven't maybe, but literally at like.
Well, that's because it was made with Mexican water.
Whatever. It was. Who knows? No, but seriously, like, I never felt like that much pain in my left side as I did that day after drinking that beer. And like even the just she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't like the pain. She goes, what did you? I just drank a beer, and it eventually went away. But it was like, holy crap.
Honestly, to me, it doesn't sound like the beer. It sounds like the acid from the lemon was messing with your stomach. You might have had an ulcer.
But it was like my left side. Like it was like literally just in my left side, not like anywhere, just my left side. I mean, I'm not.
That's where your stomach is. Gonna say if it was your right side, that would be your liver, gallbladder, and all that, and that's that would not be good. You start getting pain in your liver when you're drinking alcohol. That can never be good. I'm throwing back some bad enzymes, and they're trying to get me to go get checked for it and all that. And it's like, yeah, we're not playing the copay of misfortune game again. They're always trying to get me like, oh, your back's changed. It's like they wanted to send me for more MRIs. It's like, look,
oh, okay, it's just an ambulance.
No, cops.
Just an ambulance.
I thought I saw.
Oh, that was on your end. I was like wondering, like, you're an ambulance. Like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, that good microphone. Let me tell you.
Yeah, they're always trying to send me. It's like, look, my back, I have my L5 disc. Like it's slipped by 9 millimeters, and half of it's gone. Like they used the word obliterated in my chart to describe it. It moves when I move. There are times when I'm walking. I walk with a cane because sometimes when I'm walking, the signal cuts out, and I have to grab onto that cane for dear life to hold myself up, keep from falling. It's like it's my roll the dice. I mean, give me an MRI. If you give me like an MRI 2 days in a row, it's going to be different both days. I could feel the thing moving around when I walk. So, we're not going in for that copay rabbit hole of despair again. I asked for different things, and they didn't want to accommodate me with it, and it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna pay you more money. How's that?
I don't know. Were you
Not
gonna say
saying
hey to Daddy?
laughing, but I gotta have to laugh. Like, look back where we were, like, 2021,
Boy.
running this, that, the other thing. Look at ourselves today.
Oh, 21. I thought I was immortal.
Boy.
And now it's like crap. Like,
Baby.
I look at myself and go, what the hell?
21. I would look in the mirror and say, dude, gods don't die,
Oh, yeah.
man. You know?
It was like, not like you were like, nothing's gonna touch you. You're impenetrable. You're immune to shit. And now today I look at myself and go, yeah, okay. Diabetes. I got to get surgery on my eyelids to clear up that shit. And I'm like, oh. Which is on February 27th as I go get, cut open and slice and whatever they're doing.
So you think Punxsutawney Phil is gonna see a shadow tomorrow?
No, he sees a shadow. There's so many bright lights around. How the hell you
Right?
not to see yourself? So shadow.
So if you notice, it's okay. If he sees a shadow, it's 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see a shadow, spring will be here in 6 weeks.
I'd like to see some.
I love how PETA, people ethical treatment of animals, all that. I love how they, they're coming out now and saying the whole thing with Punxsutawney Phil is cruel.
I read that. I heard that. I'm like,
it's like, are you serious?
now if they were like,
they're not. It's not like they're
I was just
beating
gonna
the
say,
groundhog.
It's like they're not like they're like they're beating them like to run back and
It's like, hey, I have an idea. If we starve the groundhog, then he won't see his shadow. It's nobody's doing that to him. God, take the fun out of everything.
They make a whole big day of this down in Punxsutawney. Like, that's.
Oh my God!
I think they make the whole week.
That groundhog. That groundhog is treated like a
I know.
god. All bow and worship before the groundhog.
I gotta laugh at my dog the way she's sleeping. Like, I have my bottom railing for the bed. She's lying there with her head propped on the railing. Like I'm like, how could you not be like not comfortable? But yeah, she's my dog. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like literally like that. They're like, it's cruel to do it to them.
I mean,
have them, Oh,
like, I don't like to see anybody beating an animal, and I'd be the first one that like stops up. But it's like there's no
that groundhog is treated so well and fed so well. And I mean, for one thing, look at the size of it. It's like that thing is enormous. You probably have like, he's getting fed like way too much.
Probably eats better than half people's kids out there today.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, what's cruel about, just holding him up and whispering in his ear and
that's it.
Yeah. And it's like, like I said, I mean, he's treated like a god. I think they have a church there called, the Church of Saint Phil of Punxsutawney or something, where they go and bow and pray to the groundhog.
I mean, I don't know if I go that far, but like, you know what I mean? But like, that.
All hail Phil!
I'd probably like go and like do a video on it and just see people like react like, hey, okay.
I wouldn't want to be down there because the crowds.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the crowds are gonna be nuts.
Yeah, it's like groundhog stock.
Maybe one day I'll go and just for to say I went, but I mean nothing draws me to go down to Punxsutawney, PA to see Punxsutawney Phil, but maybe someday I'll go down just for the hell of it. But yeah, that groundhog is like treated better than probably most people's kids.
Yeah,
That's why,
exactly.
like I said, I'll be the first one to say, if you like, if I see you hurting an animal, I'll fucking kick you. But like this PETA, they take stuff way too far. Like,
Yeah, I loved watching. Who was it? Hannity the other day talking to the lady from PETA.
Oh
I
yeah,
She's
arguing.
like, "Oh, they make a vegan steak." He said, "I'll tell you what, I'll try your vegan steak, but only if I send you a steak if you eat that steak."
I don't know if I can eat it. I don't know.
I was married to a vegan, so she wasn't vegan when I met her. So I tried a lot of that
And
food.
how is it?
I went. No, I don't care for actual turkey. I'm not a Thanksgiving person. I went to her one of her best friend's apartment. I went to her apartment with my ex-wife, of course. We went there for Thanksgiving dinner, and she was also vegan, and we had tofurkey. Uh, it was basically looked like a big round fat hot dog, and it had the consistency. You ever anybody out there remember carburetors? Well, they sat on on top of an engine on top of a rubber gasket. Imagine chewing on that
Ugh.
gasket. That was the consistency of tofurkey, and basically it was like a salty. I don't know. I couldn't even describe the taste of it. It was
I kind of have to laugh, like when like even Burger King had it for a while. Like, well, they might still have it. I don't know. But the meatless burger.
they're
But I
not
mean, like
bad.
even just like it's like, oh, like vegan, they want to have a burger, but they would like taking something to try and make it like a burger. Just eat the damn burger. Like, I mean, I don't get the ways of vegan, but I'm like, if you're trying to make something into something, that just eat that thing.
Actually, when Gina and I first met, I had actually to lose weight. Um, I had because I at one point I was about 400 pounds, and I was extremely unhealthy. And I decided I ended up losing about 110 pounds. And the way I did it was number one, low carb, and number two, uh, I went vegetarian. I didn't go vegan. I went vegetarian, and I would eat like a lot of that meatless stuff. I would make like veal parmesan patties using uh, vegetarian hamburger patties and just covering it in tomato sauce and cheese. Like I do stuff like that. I used to get like really creative with it, and it was good. I mean, if I had to do it again, well, maybe not, because now if you heard about how they want to start getting people to eat bugs and stuff, one way they're doing it is they're putting bug protein into like soy patties and
I'll just stick
stuff.
with a regular hamburger.
It's one reason why I don't go back. Yeah, they're starting to put crushed up crickets and whatnot into I used to Gina actually many times with me ate uh, meatless tacos and meatless wimpies, and I mean it's actually she'll I'm sure she'll even tell you
They're freaking
I mean the way I
delicious.
prepared it anyway. Yeah, it's really good. In a lot of ways you wouldn't even realize that you weren't eating hamburger meat.
Benja, that would be
But
awesome.
That's what I just put. The Oscar Mayer Weenie Mobile going on a hot dog road trip. That would kill.
well, wait a minute. They're
They're
actually
looking
now
for new people.
Avenger. Yeah, they're hiring drivers right now. No word of lie.
No,
I'm not
you're right.
joking.
I did see that at one point.
Dead. Yeah, they're They're doing a national campaign to
I
find
think it's
drivers.
a year.
Yeah. They pay you a year to drive the hot dog mobile. I'm like, if I knew I could like survive on what they're paying, I'd be like, yeah. If I was younger, I'd be like, hell yeah. There's
I don't know. I'd probably end up getting in trouble with it. I'd figure out a way.
Andrew, there's a place that I'm taking you. It's called Fat Mike's Texas Wieners. It's out in Dallas, and they deep fry their hot dogs, and it's awesome. Like they have this jalapeno hot dog, which is really good too. Like
You got my attention. you just had to say jalapeno.
yeah, they have a jalapeno dog, and here what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, she was so obsessed with jalapenos at one point. You know, I just started calling them jalapenos.
Steph, if you're still watching, as Ricky would call them, jalapenos. All right, guys, I'm putting in the chat from my YouTube channel my Texas Fat Mike's Texas Wiener video. Their jalapeno dog was pretty good. But that food truck that was down in Edwardsville or Larksville, you know, in the beer parking lot, said they had a dog called the Macho Dog, which had jalapeno on it. And like one bite into this sucker, and like my eyes were watering. That's how hot these jalapenos were.
I was thinking
I was
the
like,
same thing. Macho dog. I wanna be a macho dog.
where the heck?
And here comes the copyright strike.
It's let me see. See, Steph and Fred have been watching my videos since before the pandemic. They've been with me a long time. So that's something I'm glad that Fred joined the show. I'm glad everybody joined it. I'm saying he followed me for years. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Son of a bitch.
What's a page?
What's a pidge? Pidge?
No, our one cat Paige. She don't like me. She don't like anybody.
Shouldn't like anybody.
But she keeps coming closer until I say her name and she runs.
She's basically a feral cat that lives in the house. And she was born feral. Actually, Xavier, who keeps the tabby cat, the giant guy, it's his sister. They came in the house at the same time. Gina's sister gave them to us.
And she kept their mother.
And Gina, to this day, has a scar from Paige.
Right there.
But yeah, Paige is not friendly.
She latched onto my arm and kind of nicked the vein.
But she's a tiny little thing. You'd never know that her and Xavier are brother and sister.
She's like a third of Xavier's size. Right, Mishka? All right, baby. Right,
crap. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Son of a bitch. Trying to find that video with the macho, and I cannot find it. I thought I had it. Son of a crap.
Hey, Ozzy.
Lost it somewhere.
My Samson.
Son of a crap.
Do you remember the Flamingo Diner down in West Nanticoke?
I never.
What diner?
West Nanticoke. It was the Flamingo Diner.
Oh.
They had good food.
Oh, that's the eggs and legs place. Okay.
Yeah. It went through a couple owners, and the last owner there was a big fire, and it hasn't been open since. But yeah, the eggs and legs.
Yeah, KJ. Xavier's being shy tonight. He's not really hopping up here too much. He was sleeping on the hassock before, but I don't know where he is now. I had the door to the cellar open, so he might be out there somewhere.
I can tell you he's not in the kitchen. I believe I shut the door at the top of the steps.
Yeah, I don't think there are any cats in the room with me right now. Because I left the door open to the cellar, so they were like back and forth because they just love when I do that. Actually, technically, Gina left it.
Yeah. I asked you if you wanted me to.
Oh,
I keep wanting to shave this off, but you know what? And I end up keeping it because it's cold. Like every day, it's just like in the teens and 20s or single digits, and it's like I know if I shave my beard, I know what that's like. Like I did it once when it was like a really cold winter, and I shaved my beard back to a goatee, and it was like the minute I walked outside, it's like I was regretting it. It's oh my god, you don't realize how it insulates your face until you don't have it. Oh, looks like we lost Jay.
What did he do?
I don't know.
Well, KJ, right here where I'm petting, this is Otto. Next to him is Ember. Over on the edge of the couch, that's Momo. There's Samson, Sir Samson Hiss-a-Lot, aka Fluffy Butt. This here, Ozzy. I'm sure you remember Ozzy. And by my feet is Cupid, who joins me a lot, and Otto's brother, Nove. Otto and Nove, when they came in, they were our 8th and 9th cat. And we couldn't decide names. Mike said, just name them 8 and 9. So I looked online, like I looked up 8 and 9, or numbers in other languages.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Italian. Otto and Nove mean 8 and 9.
It's Italian.
Oh, that's why.
But it's how we got their names.
Very interesting. It was so what I want to do, I want to share that video I did at Stitch's Smash Burger. This was the jalapeno dog. Guys, check out.
Just walked in the room.
I put a link up. That's for my Stitch Smash Burger video. Check it out. It's one with the jalapeno dog.
He's being shy now. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, now the tripod's moving because he's rubbing up against it.
That just didn't sound right.
There he is. There's our boy. The big guy. Come here. What are you doing?
Oh, look at that.
There's yeah, he's a handsome guy.
Ooh. Tuna with jalapenos. Ooh.
I'm really not a tuna. I'm really not a tuna person, but I think the jalapenos would actually make it taste pretty good. I think.
Well, I already made up my mind on what I'm making tomorrow. I have a bunch of noodles.
Something with jalapeno in it?
No, maybe I'll add jalapeno. I'm making like a chicken Alfredo. I have the packets of like the shredded chicken, so I gotta use that up. So I'm gonna do like a chicken Alfredo.
He's not the king, KJ.
And I might just add in jalapenos.
He's not the king. He basically he doesn't realize how big he is. Like when he goes to like play with the other cats, they're scared of him.
Oh, Paige is looking at the TV.
He doesn't. But he doesn't understand why. He basically like. I think he sees himself like when he was like a baby. Like he still sees himself that way. He's also kind of a big sissy.
Did not know
he was afraid of the kitten.
Yeah.
Well, he was afraid of Willow.
He's afraid of everybody.
And Willow's tiny.
But he's my buddy. He sits with me a lot.
But it's like Molly still thinks she's like, like 8 pounds. I'll be sitting on the couch and just go plop. I'm like, oh, like, girl.
Come on, Paige.
She's my good girl.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to turn this around to catch Paige, but of course now she's moving.
Turn
around.
Right as I'm about to turn the camera around to catch her, she destroyed not her, but all of the cats destroyed the handlebars on my stepper. Yep, there she is. Paige, what you doing, Paige?
She's hanging out.
That's Xavier's
sister.
Ah.
She's the same age. They're the same litter.
And she is tiny.
Well, compared to him. Mishka's smaller.
Yeah, KJ, he looks very sweet. He does.
Hey,
yeah, he's a very even-tempered cat.
We're back. Come on, Mishka. Come on. Come on up. Come on. Want me to hold you? Come on. You would think I trained her to do this. She trained me.
She does exactly the same with both of us. That's how she likes to be held.
What was cute back like when Molly was smaller, I'd hold she put her head like right here and like kind of go to sleep. Now she still tries to do it. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, that's like when I lay on the couch and Nove comes up and lays on my chest. He has to get right up against my face.
And you're like, I'm like, oh Molly, I love you, dog, but holy crap.
He'll lay on me and push my head back. Of course, he's also the kind, if I tell him, give me a kiss, he will give me a kiss.
Molly will do that 9 out of 10. If you say, give me a kiss, she'll give you a kiss.
But for a cat to do it.
Yeah, that's...
Some vegan food isn't bad.
Avenger went on a date with this super hot black girl when she was vegan. We ate at this great vegan Mexican restaurant in Fort Worth near. All right, what's TCU? No clue. I'm gonna say Texas something University, but I have no idea what the C is. At least that's what I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah, because I think Mike's cousin went to school there.
I mean, I don't know if I could. I mean, if you give me something that didn't tell me it was vegan and I ate it, I might not like. I'd probably like say, okay, this isn't bad, depending what it was. But knowing that it's vegan, I'd be like, ugh. You'd have to like lie to me and tell me it was something else. That's like
And
years
if you
ago.
look, you see Mishka here. See the black cat back there?
Oh yeah,
That's Ozzy, her brother.
Ozzy and Harriet.
Ozzy and Mishka. I named him Ozzy because when we found him, he looked like a little bat. And the name Ozzy popped into my head.
Then speaking about food, like years ago, my mom would she called them porcupines, but they were basically like meatballs and sauce with I want to say, was it onion or rice? I want to think maybe rice. I haven't had them in years. But because they were called quote unquote porcupines, I would not eat them. Wouldn't touch them. So the one time my mom made them and said, "Oh, it's just hamburgers." I'm like, "Okay, I like hamburgers." She goes, "You know what they really are?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "Porcupines." I'm like, "Pretty good, because it's a hamburger." Yeah, she had to lie to me for get me to eat it.
I'm one, if you want me to try food, don't tell me anything weird. Don't tell me what it is first.
Say, "Here, eat."
Here, try this. And then if I don't like it, I'll tell you. If I like it, it'll be like, nice.
That's like, did you see last week we were not to break, but last week we were talking about the Burger King crowns.
Uh-huh.
Did you see
Yeah.
there you go.
That was funny.
And then I'll just like on the one wall there, I was like, "Oh, look at that."
All right, Mishka. Cupie. Cupie wants her turn on camera.
Ah, hiya, kitty.
Cupie, say hi. Hi.
Cupid.
Hiya. Hiya. There. You better now?
I'm like, food, gimme.
She's vying for attention. Come here, Ember. Ember. Well,
It was let's see. I'm gonna check the Instagram for a little bit.
I'm over here. My cameras went out.
Uh-oh. Not good.
Yeah, probably just a shift in the network.
But yeah, I said last night when I went to Aldo's Pizzeria, thank you, Steph and Fred. They had this loaded potato soup. Like years ago when I was a kid, I didn't like soup. Now I love soup. And it's like, oh, I probably did. I knew Mike. Well, the guy who has Fat Mike's. I knew him back in the days of the car business. He used to do like some type of detailing, like with like pinstriping and stuff. And he told me about his hot dogs, and so I've been going ever since. And he has some good stuff up there. I mean, his setup looks like something out of the backwoods, but it's still cool. The mismatched tables and booths, but his food's decent. His food's really good. So I said, when you come in, Vanger, I'm taking you to Fat Mike's. We're going.
that sounds good, Stephanie.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm like, wow, that like turkey pot pie soup. That actually does sound really good.
My mom used to make a chicken pot pie soup, which had more of an egg drop noodle in it.
Okay.
Like homemade noodles, the really thick. And I want that recipe because I just want to make it.
I used to make piggy soup. Well, I called it piggy soup because I really
Yeah,
like.
that's
I hated I hated wrapping cabbage because it was a big pain in the ass. So I just would
Oh, it
shred
is.
it, and I would just shred it and put it in the crock pot. But again, I make crock, and it's too much, and half it goes to waste. I'm only the one that would eat it. But yeah, like I'd love to do a soup in the crock pot or something in the crock pot.
Everybody knows cabbage gives you cancer.
Ha ha ha.
It's so good. That's okay. I'll take my chances. Yeah, what I would do is I would shred up I get a small head of cabbage and shred it up, throw it in the crock pot, drop the hamburger in there raw, season it. I would I'd cut up peppers, onions. I'd boil in the side pot. I'd boil a bag of white rice. Once that was boiled, I dumped that in there, hit it with tomato sauce, turn it on low, and let it go all night. And I never sleep through the night, so every time I would have to get up, I'd go down and stir it. So by 8 o'clock, when I was getting up for work, when I used to go in the house, like 6:30, 7 in the morning, you could smell it through the whole house, and it was like, oh my god, it tastes so good. But it's when I do crock pot stuff, it's only me, and I end up wasting part of it because I don't eat the whole thing.
I'll be making meatballs tomorrow. It'll probably last me till the middle of the week.
I apparently
Like
don't
that.
have work tomorrow because I didn't get any messages from the supervisor or my manager tell me when I'm working.
His name would be Turd. All right. It's midnight. Molly's bouncing to go outside. So I think we have to end it here. Unless you guys want to continue. I got to get Molly outside.
Oh, I'm good with ending it.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too. But guys, again, Gina, Mike, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. As always, great show. All you guys that hung out with us throughout we started a little bit late, but midnight. It's almost like 3 hours. Thank you for hanging out. Venger. I didn't see Marcus tonight. What the hell? Venger, Mark, Steph, thank you for hanging. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we got to get all together one of these nights and go out and just hang. All of us. Until that next week.
I agree.
Till next week, guys. Be blessed. Stay safe. Have a good night. Have a good week.